love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop. Just give me up.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Good morning, everyone on YouTube this morning. Thank you. Thank you for coming out this Sunday. Sunday fun day. I've got some stories to tell you. We've got an update on Stephanie's case. We're going to talk about Jodie Sue and all of her shenanigans. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. So good morning, all. I hope you guys are having a Sunday. Thanks for visiting with me. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice, but apparently it's just kind of hit and miss this morning. So not sure what's going on, but I am here. I'm awake, freshly showered, fresh face. I didn't do a whole lot. But it's Sunday, right? It's Sunday. So I still have a lot of stuff I'm still trying to clean up and everything like that for from Tennessee. You know, I got the laundry done. Oh my gosh, it's crazy how much laundry, how much clothing can be packed up in a zip up, you know, one of those rolly cart, you know, the luggage. It's just, you pack it, you don't realize how much you pack it until you have to stuff the washer and dryer with a bunch of clothes and wash them. And it's only from my roll, my big luggage case, but didn't realize I packed that much stuff. And I got to say, half the stuff I didn't wear, but I always overpack because you never know what you want to wear, right? So good morning, Texaholic. I am Team Summer. Good morning, Pink Rabbit Lady. It's nice to see you here. Roswell Baby, nice to see you. Cool Gamer, Katie, Steven, FBI. Sending you good karma. See, that's what we're talking about here. We love good karma. Thank you for being here. Justice for all. Good morning. Good morning. I am so sorry. I was giving shout outs in Tennessee and I missed you and I felt horrible after I came back and listened to everything. I'm like, I didn't give Justice for all a shout out. So I shouted you out. I shouted you from the rooftops yesterday. I am so sorry. Justice for All was out there with us. He was helping us. He was sweating his tail end off with us. It was just a pleasure. And he can tell you himself, as soon as I saw him, I came up and gave him a big hug and a kiss on his cheek, just as I promised. Michael Blade, nice to see you. Karen, it's great to see you. Duty Redding, hey. Brenda, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Good morning. Barbie, good morning. Karen Davis, it's nice to see you. Crypt Keeper, it was wonderful to finally meet Crypt Keeper at the vigil. What a wonderful, nice lady. She live streamed it. I think you live streamed it. I'm not sure if you live streamed it or recorded it and uploaded it. Either way, she was out there representing for Summer's Army. A big shout out to her. Thank you so much. Evelyn, FBI, Texas Gal, nice to see you. Patricia Sells, it's nice to see you. If many that don't know who Patricia is, she is our Bullhorn Betty artist. I always have her stuff so close by because I'm too lazy to go and get stupid frames. I need to go get frames for all this stuff. Good morning. Good morning. Mallory Young, good morning. Hot damn is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Brenda, the Alberta Queen. Love it from Canada. Much love. Much love. Thank you. Tammy T, good morning. Who else? I hate when it pops up like that. I need to start putting these things down. So let's see. Tina, good morning. Cotton Candy Boob, Swiss Miss in the house. Pensnet Explorer, I hope I said that right. One prim named Betty. This is too early for that nonsense. Please don't make me change it to subscriber only mode, folks. You guys can come in here, be nice. You don't have to like me. Why watch me? Lord have mercy. It's Sunday. Go pray. Go get something. Go do something productive. Ride or die. Nick, love it. Love you. Let's see who else we've got going on in here. Mallory Young, good morning. NC is Queen. Good morning. Love it. Love it. Love it. Haley Coons, nice to see you. Life Chaos. Chaos. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to have you. Crazy Nurse in the house. I won't even tell you what I'm picturing when I see Crazy Nurse in the house. Let's picture somebody with a long needle coming after you. Come here. Sorry. Oh boy. Yes. Thank you, Crypt Keeper. I just want a big shout out to all the wonderful, loving fathers in the house. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Just want a big shout out. Today is Father's Day. I'm home. I will call my dad. Maybe he'll pick up. Maybe he won't. But still, shout out to my father, my own dad. Many of you guys know that have been watching me, the situation there, and this is another hard day. So we're going to come on here, and I'm going to feel your love, and my day is going to be great because your day is great. And that's what we do for each other. Chatty Jen, nice to see you. S Max, Stormy, Tracy, Jackie Chase, nice to see you. Let's see here. Birdie, Crime Chat, nice to see you, Love Bug. Graham James, nice to see you. Who am I missing? It popped back up on me again. I think I'm good. Sundown Farms, nice to see you. Vape King. Oh, thank you, Lolo. Thank you. For the wonderful super sticker. You want to come up, become a member? Here you guys go. But it's nice to see you again, to all the wonderful fathers like Justin with Justice for All, probably one of the best people I've met. Big shout out to all the fathers out there, including the fur daddies, right? There's a lot of men out there that don't have children but have their fur kids. And we also want to say, our animals are our children as well. So big shout out. Oh, thank you, S Max. Big shout out to all that. And a great point, Justice for All. There are many mothers out there that are also double dutying as wonderful, great dads, the guardians, the aunts, the uncles. We know how empowering those people are, especially, we always look at the bad side. Like, why is a grandmother taking care of her kids? We naturally think that the children, their children have, done some pretty horrible things to their kids, and that's why they're in their custody. But that's not always the case for these folks. For example, my friend Jeannie, wonderful gal here in Manatee County, she is taking care of her daughter or her granddaughter since she was a young child, because her daughter passed away in a car accident, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And, she has been taking care of her grandchildren since then. Blank screen. Uncle Eddie is in the house, folks. Uncle Eddie is in the house. Good morning, Uncle Eddie. It's nice to see you. Did you clean out your septic tank today? We're just curious. Are you in your robe with the poop tube in the gutter? Just curious. Uncle Eddie is in the house. It is official. He is in the house. You know why I do it? I do it to trigger people like you, because you will never control me. Ever. And you know what? I am talking about Stephanie today, and I am going to be putting Jodie Sue and Summer Wells on my thumbnail just to piss people off like you. Because why? I'm Bullhorn Betty, and I can do just that. You come in my stream, and the idea that you think you can tell somebody else what to do is insane to me. Your mama did not teach you well. This is what my mama taught me. Mind my own damn business. If I don't like it, I change the channel. That's what my mama taught me, right? So mind your own damn business. You don't like this channel? Quit coming and visit it, Uncle Eddie. You're like the tick on my butt. You're like the tick on my butt. Uncle Eddie, again, is in the house. Good morning, Uncle Eddie. I pray for you. Today, on Sunday, people like you are who I pray for. Can't get away from Uncle Eddie, can you? Oh, Lottie. Lottie. Good morning, Cindy S. Good morning. Aw. And we want a big shout out to all the fathers in heaven. There are fathers, there are great, wonderful, loving dads that are in heaven. And, you know, there are some beautiful, loving moms that were dads that are in heaven. So big shout out to all the people out there that are missing their loved one this Friday, or excuse me, this Sunday, this Father's Day. And I sent you a message on Messenger to you. Hold on a second. Let me just check something. Yeah, guys, I want to remind you all. We have had some members here for a very long time. I've got milestones. You know how you guys like to write messages and stuff? You guys can actually write messages on your milestone. You guys have been here 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You need to go find that setting so you can, say your messages. When you have your marker, when you have your milestone, when you've been a member here for 2 or 3 months, you can say a message. I don't know how it works. I don't, but I know it's possible. I see it happening on everybody else's channel. So I wanted to make sure that you guys know that. Let's see what I got. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on Messenger. Where did you? Hold on. Is this it? Let's see. And we're going to talk about, hold on. We're going to talk about that, a lot of people, I was watching, well, as long as I could, I should say that. As long as I could, I watched Miss Cher last night with Benny Keys. And, there was something that came up. Are you talking about the FBI, the woman in the well? Was that you? I'll have to watch it a little bit, but I want to make sure that I got the right one for you. So, good morning, Angel. Good morning, classy girl. Yeah. Uncle Eddie in the house. Uncle Eddie was in the house. What does it say? Dallas Country. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And it was definitely a team effort. There was, I got to say, in the grand scheme of things, my part was so small compared to everybody else's part. It was just a collaboration of beautiful people coming together to honor this special, beautiful little girl. And it was amazing to watch, I have to say. It was very heartwarming. I think everybody out there, that showed up, whether you were online or physically present, it melted the heart. It was a beautiful event. It was emotional. It was happy. It was sad. It just had all the elements of a great event for a missing 6-year-old daughter or 6-year-old child. And we can't thank all that participated enough, because at the end of the day, even the creators, I think all the creators can agree that we're out there. If it wasn't for our audience, none of that would have been possible. None of it. And I definitely happy that I was able to do my part to make this event beautiful. I kind of had an idea of how I thought it would be and represent the best of Summer Wells. And we just put it in place, and to see the final product and to know that many people around the world cared, I think was by far one of the most beautiful and humbling experiences I have ever had an opportunity to be a part of thus far. And just very honored that we were able to do and create such a magnificent and beautiful event for Summer Wells. And no matter how much people that sit behind a computer that did absolutely nothing for that little girl want to complain. The people that we're out doing, we know they ain't got shit on us. Excuse my language. They don't. Because, I mean, you can hear from Justice for All. It was beautiful. The lanterns were a hit. They, it didn't go off without a hitch. I mean, it really didn't. But that was the funnest part of it all. That really was. Everybody having to be around everybody, helping everybody get their lantern. It was almost like, I don't know how to explain it. You had no choice but to help almost a complete stranger, right? That was not by design. But again, I always said this event was going to go the way God wanted it to go. And I have to say, it did. It did. Everything. I know. It was, but that was the most enjoyable part. You didn't know what to expect. Nobody knew what the hell they were doing with these lanterns, but we figured it out. And we figured it out with teamwork and just watching people not know each other. And it's like, oh, well, you got to do it this way. Oh, you got to do it this way. And everybody's just running around, helping everybody try to get their lanterns off the ground. It truly was an amazing sight to see. And it's a great messaging too. That was a great messaging. The lanterns, were so much more than lanterns. They really were. It shows us what we can do when we unite and work together, even when we're strangers and we do not know each other. We can be kind and help each other. And guess what? At the end of all that help, you get a beautiful product. And the beautiful product that night was watching those lanterns go up. And really make I'm getting goosebumps. Really make a statement for baby Summerwells. And I can't be any more pleased. I feel like we did our part, for that baby girl, and we will find answers. I hands down believe that we will find the answers. It's just in God's time, not ours. And as much as I want to know, and I want to know now, and I want to see somebody arrested and somebody held to the fullest extent of the law, it's truly going to be in God's time, and we need it to be the right time. We need it to be in the right way. We want the people who are ever responsible for this not only to be charged and arrested, but to be prosecuted, and prosecuted well. We don't want them walking. We want their asses behind bars for the longest stint they can possibly get. And I think that was the messaging, and I'm just very pleased. Thank you, Dallas Country, for becoming one of our newest members. It just melts my heart. Thank you so very much. I came by when I got off work. I didn't get to go to yours, but I went to Krama Mama's, and hers was beautiful as well. I watched yours on live stream. Yes, and I heard hers was very beautiful. I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it, but they had their place decorated very beautifully. Those girls put a lot of time into that event. So I'm happy that they had a wonderful event as well. I can tell you Summer Wells was well represented across two counties, Sullivan County as well as Hawkins County. And it was just beautiful. Congratulations to everybody that, either participated in setting up and in creating the event, as well as the people that watched and went. That is just amazing. We had people all over the country, no doubt she probably as well, there for one special girl. That was what it was all about. That is Summer's Army. The only wish I had was that everybody would have worked together for one massive event. But again, it's God's will, not ours. And this is what was needed. And not only that, but think about it. Because it happened the way it happened, people in Hawkins County got to come to a vigil, and people in Kingsport got to come to a vigil. So it was exactly the way it was supposed to be. And I said that. I was in peace. I was calm. I wasn't freaking out or anything like that when we got there, because I knew in my heart that this was going to go exactly as it should go, whether I plan for it or not. It always does. I've done enough of these types of things that I know there's no point in sweating it. This is the idea. This is what we put together. And you contingency plan the heck out of your plan. That's all I got to say. I have a backup for a backup and a backup for that backup. And, so it was just beautiful. So we're very thankful. Everyone got along. And that pissed a lot of people off. I believe it did because everybody was talking such mad stuff to deflect from this baby girl. Now, I'm not even going to go. I said my piece yesterday about how I felt about some people out there, and I'm not going to readdress it again. Shame on them. But Stenton, you are absolutely right. And that's because they were painting. I mean, they got egg on their face, not the other way around, because they were painting this horrible, all these things were going to come together. There was just going to be a big brawl. And, it's hideous what people will do for attention and what people will do to try to detract from a beautiful baby girl that's had so much taken from her. And she deserved this. She deserved these celebrations of her because there were celebrations she's never had. And for people to try to take from that is just very sad and unnecessary. And all I can say is it proved a lot. It proved, I think in a way, it almost signaled who really is the problem and who's not the problem. And I'm just very thankful that, again, I was a part of this beautiful day. I'm glad that people enjoyed the day, but you can't take that day away from any of us that watched online, any of us that were there present. No hate could ever take that beauty, that love. It was a love fest. It was a summer love fest, period. No matter where you were, it was all about summer. It was all about love. It was all about spreading love. It was all about coming together for this big, beautiful baby that's missing. And nobody will ever take that away from us. Nobody. So, yeah, I know. It was, it was cute. It was funny. But I was so busy running around, I got to glance up a little bit at the lanterns. But I actually went back to your video to watch them. And Guidance in Life with TLC. I went back and watched hers as well. But I just couldn't believe they really were beautiful. And I was surprised about how big these lanterns are. You think these lanterns are small. These lanterns are like 2.5 feet tall. Like you have to light the bottom and hold the top and wait for the fill up. It was just, well, now we know. Next time we know, and it's sad to say there's going to be a next time. There is going to be a next time because this world is an ugly place. And that's why we try our best to teach our children everything that we can teach them to keep them safe. So there we go. Yep. It was full of love, just absolutely full of love. I know. That's the worst part for them, right? They just rather not say anything at all than just say, you know what, I was wrong. Like if I'm wrong, they come in here and demand me take back and apologize and all this other stuff. And the rest of the creators too that they hate on, right? We make one little error, right? One insignificant, just an error by mistake. It's like, you're a liar and you lied and you need to retract it and you need to apologize for it. But when they do it, it's like, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about this person for today. We'll get back to Bullhorn Betty tomorrow. Oh, jeez. These people. I agree with you. I think, this, I don't want to get into too politically, I'm not a PC person. I'm not politically correct. I really don't care. Stay the hell out of you stay in your own lane. I'll stay in my lane. You do what you want to do for yourself. I'll do what I want to do for myself. You mind your own business. I'll mind my own. That's where I'm at. Right. But this is a very sensitive subject, and I do believe that we need fathers back in the home. I think we have set up this dynamic that, moms are the only ones that are supposed to take care of their children in some of these cases. We got great dads. I mean, just loving, wonderful dads across the country. Absolutely, hands down. But this is what I'm going to say to the ones that aren't that loving and that caring and don't have anything to do with their children. It takes a real man to walk down the path of fatherhood, to really, truly walk down the path of fatherhood. It is not easy. It takes patience. It takes a whole lot of love, But it takes heart. It takes heart. Being a thug in the street doesn't make you a man. Being able to fight the biggest guy in the bar doesn't make you a man. It doesn't make you a man at all. You know what? It just makes you an asshole. Okay? Being a father in a young boy or young girl's life and having the patience to teach them right from wrong and how to be an adult, that is a real man. That is a real man. And I hope that there are more real men that step up to the plate and do the right thing. You don't have to like the woman you're with. You don't have to like the woman that you had a baby with. What you have to do is have the love in your heart for your child. That's your child, not somebody else's, yours. And it takes a real man to do that. And that's what I'm going to say. So happy Father's Day to all your real men. Life's not easy raising children. You have crazy kids like me that, tear up Manatee County, right? It took a lot of love, a lot of patience, and it took a lot to correct the ship I was on. It took many years, but it was the seeds that were planted back in my teenage years that actually sprouted when I was, in my 30s. But it took a while. But if it wasn't for those seeds back then, I wouldn't be here today. I can guarantee that. I'd be dead. I would be dead. There is no doubt in my mind that this woman right here would not be walking the earth right now if it was not for wonderful people in my life. My dad was a great dad when I was growing up before I realized how crazy my life was. It messed with my head for a really, really long time. But again, he had a lot of childhood trauma that he did not deal with. And I love him. He's still my father. And I care a lot about him. And, happy Father's Day to my dad this wonderful day. And hopefully I will have an opportunity to speak with him and just tell him happy Father's Day. He still, at the end of the day, is my dad. And he made sure, no matter how fucked up my life was, he made sure I had cars. He made sure I had food. He made sure, I had a silver spoon in my mouth. And, I can tell you my problems paled into comparison with the Wells situation. Paled. My life looks like I lived a magnificent life, which in part I did. I never wanted for anything. And that's what my dad did for me. My dad also taught me never to rely on a man. My dad taught me to do electrical work. My dad taught me to do my own plumbing work. My dad taught me a lot. So I was self-sufficient all by myself. And that's something that nobody could ever take away from me. If my car broke down right now, I would know how to turn a wrench. If I need to change my brakes, which I should have, let's not talk about that embarrassing moment, right? I could go out there and do that. That's what my dad did for me. He loves me. I know he does. Again, there's just a lot of trauma there. One day we'll get through it. It's not in God's time right now. So trust and believe. There are a lot of great men out there. My father was a great man. He was a great man and he loved his children a lot. So I don't want to take away from that. It was just a messed up childhood. And there's nothing I can do to fix that, right? That's in the past. All I can do is fix me and make sure that I never do that to another person. So yeah. I know. It was fun. It was fun. It took a little minute. But you know what? I guarantee everybody out there from this point forward, next time that they ever have a lantern, whether it's for a birthday, a memorial, or something else, they will know how to put a lantern up. I will never forget. I will never forget. That was the first time I did it, but I've seen them in the past and I'm like, oh, those are so beautiful. I wanted, people to be able to write on them and just purge all that gunk that this case has weighed us down on. That was really the purpose of those lanterns, was just to take it all out, put it all out there. If you wanted to write all over your lantern and just let your problems go, let summer, your pain for summer go. And that was really what was behind those lanterns. And just seeing everybody smiling and working together. It's something that nobody can ever take away from us. It's just not. Yeah. Yeah. There's not a day that I don't think any of us just don't pray about there. And I got to tell you, it was hot. I think that's the sentiments of every single vigil out there and any attendee it was hot. And had I known it was going to be that hot, I would have brought fans. Like, we had electrical out there. I had my converter. I had electrical, my extension cords out there. We could have had fans. I don't know and it would be funny because if I had fans out there, everybody would have probably got together and got a little closer together because we'd only had limited fans and they'd all want some air. But it did later that night. It did get a lot better. It cooled down very quickly. It was nice. The water was muddy, dirty. Stop. I don't know who you're talking to. So good morning, Snow. Yeah, let's get those thumbs up, guys. Let's get those thumbs up. We got enough people in here that we should be getting those up. I truly appreciate. Okay, let's see what it says. Truly appreciate that it was streamed for us to see. I have followed from day one and would have loved to be there, but just couldn't make it with work, and really appreciate y'all. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people and why it was so important that it was streamed, because there are people not just here in this country, but there's people around the world that are watching this case and have really been praying for this child to come home and come back safe, and really have been following this case, and they don't have the ability to get here. There's people on fixed incomes, people with mobility issues that just don't have the ability to go to a vigil. And by streaming them, they were able to be a part of it. And we would never, ever, ever want to take away from Summer's Army. People have been pouring out love and support for this child for over a year. And it would have been a disservice to everybody had it not been streamed. And I know there was a lot of people that didn't want it streamed. They didn't want it streamed. But again, we did not fail the people out there on YouTube world. If we were going to do something, we were going to make sure that you guys got to enjoy it as well, because it was never about us. It was all about you. I can guarantee that everybody that came out there and volunteered their time, volunteered setting up this stuff, volunteered making shirts, volunteered, they didn't do this for themselves. They did this for Summer and for all of you. This came truly and purely 100% from the heart. Everybody out there. People just love this child and want answers. And at the end of the day, we didn't get any answers, but we did feel better. I think everybody out there felt a little relief and a little peace in their soul. And at the end of the day, that's what it was. I know. But see, people get to see that. People got to see that. People now know. Love always wins. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. So I'm getting to everybody. Sorry, I'm a little behind in the chat, and then I'm going to move on. Yeah. Please hit the thumbs up button, guys. Candace needs to be arrested already. She is out there living up. Not a care in the world. We don't even know what's going on with her, right? She just got off YouTube. Never been back. I don't know what happened. We went from one Candace Wells to this no Candace Wells. Why is she hiding now? Why is she hiding now? You know why she's hiding now? Because shit's getting deep. Excuse my language. I got to watch my language. I've been cussing too much on here. I think it's becoming too natural. So crap is getting deep for Candace Wells. I think it's finally hitting home. There's a lot of stuff that we're finding out. And that's why, I'm not the one that's going to say I'm never going to go back to Tennessee again. Because every time I go back to Tennessee, we get more information by firsthand knowledge people that have reported information over to TBI. And, for example, JLR just got that interview with the hands over at the horse stables, right? And we found out that truck was there most of the day. So if the truck was there most of the day, that kind of screws up the timeline Candace has been painting for all of us in law enforcement. And they told TBI that. And we kind of had the wonky press conference where they kind of, law enforcement kind of doesn't know about the timeline anymore. And that's telling, because if they don't know about the timeline, guess what? They don't believe Dawn and Candace. And guess what? If they don't believe Dawn and Candace, we got a problem, folks. We got a big problem. Because that means everything that they said calls into question. But the best part about it is, there's people that keep saying, could something have happened to her on the 14th? Could something happen to her on 15th? It is nice to hear, finally, for somebody that witnessed them at the water hole confirm Summer Wells was seen running around on June 15th. So this removes the idea that maybe something happened to her before June 15th. That is huge. We can now quit speculating that something had happened, on the 14th, on the 13th, on the 12th, or anytime sooner, because somebody that was out there at the water hole confirms Summer was there and was alive. They also confirm that the truck was there much longer than the 20 or 30 minutes that we have been told, right? And many of us said, who the heck goes out there for 20 or 30 minutes to take a dip in the water? Remember us all saying that? Well, now we know, because they weren't just out there for 20 or 30 minutes. They were out there much longer. And trust me, one twisted tea is not going to last, those people half of a day out there in the water. So we know damn well that it was a heck of a lot more. They were probably 3 sheets to the wind when they left. They probably, just saying, got drunk and dropped Hunter off. The whole thing about going to the tobacco stores, the hippie house, all this other stuff may not have happened, or if it did happen, it may have happened later. Maybe something happened to Summer later, and then that's when they started putting in the, the alibi stuff in there. I don't know. I'm speculating here. I'm just throwing that out there. But what we do know for fact right now, thank you to JLR, is that 1, Summer was alive on the 15th, and 2, that truck was out there much longer than we were told, and we have been told for the last year by Candace and Dawn Wells. Esmac, another new member. Thank you so much for your love and support of this channel. We really do try very hard. And Jackie Marie, thank you so much for your love and support. 3 new members to this channel. Thank you so much. We do appreciate all the love and support that you can give me. Did your mother teach you not to listen, Uncle Eddie? Come on now. Come on. It's Father's Day. It's Father's Day, right? And until you can prove that I have strangled anybody, I would suggest maybe you going to a different state, different thing. Because to to be honest with you, that was a lie. And I was found not guilty because it was a lie. So how many times are you going to keep bringing that up? You know, people can write whatever they want to write on an affidavit, right? Anything and everything that they want to write on the affidavit. It is for the courts, which I let it go through the courts and let it play out the way it was going to play out. And you know what? I was absolved and vindicated. So why do you keep bringing something up that has been disputed over and over and over again as being untrue? Doesn't make sense. Maybe it's because you're Uncle Eddie and you don't have something right upstairs. Just thinking. So go ahead and block blank screen. If he's going to keep coming in here and harassing me or anybody else in here, we're just going to go ahead and go to subscriber only mode so he can't come back in here. It's up to him. He can play nice if he wants to. I'm pretty sure that you guys have already blocked him. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So me too, because of my dad. Yeah. Shooting blanks. Blank screen. What does it say here? So Alan says you need to research the chemical BPA. It's an artificial estrogen in just about everything we eat. Wondering why the men of today have been feminized. That is not alpha. That's why. Interesting. Interesting. Something's going on. Yeah, Uncle Eddie needs some love, needs some extra attention today. And it's funny because Uncle Eddie probably is a dude, right? And instead of spending time with his children, and he probably has children, instead of spending time with his children, he's here harassing a woman. Just saying. Priorities, folks. Priorities. Yeah, many people out there are missing their dads. So I'm missing my dad too. So we'll all miss our fathers together and we'll all support each other together. Yep. Yep. Taught me everything. I used to, I was driving on my dad's work truck since I was 2 years old. At 2 years old, you're like, what can you do at 2 years old? You know what I can do? I can hand him a pair of channel locks. I knew what a screwdriver was, what a Phillips and a flathead were. I know what channel locks were. I know what the dikes were. I know what pliers were, and I know what needle nose pliers were. Right? Like that was my job when I was 2 years old. My dad was working. I sat right next to him and I handed him his tools. That's what I did. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And one of the biggest contributions we could have done in help of Hawkins County, which has resource issues, mind you, let's not say that. We were able to inject financial gain for Hawkins County to help with their bottom line. We were able to help with their shortage in taxes, and hopefully that can help them hire. We were there. Thousands of dollars were made in taxes for that for Sullivan as well as Hawkins. I just want to remind everybody that thousands of dollars in revenue, tax revenue was garnered for small businesses as well as the government there that can help aid in helping summer or future crimes and future things that Hawkins County needs. And again, this is not my first trip there. It's not going to be my last trip there. And so we're just going to keep doing. But yes, we did help not just Summer, but we helped the community where she was from. So, oh, Sharon, you're too sweet. You're too sweet. Happy Father's Day to all. Electronic medium, nice to see you. Graham, no, I'm not Catholic. Actually, my father is Southern Baptist and my mother is a Methodist. So, and I am a non-denominational Christian. I don't know. It's a good question. They got up. I was surprised how high they went in the sky. Oh my. Like they got up there. They went pretty far in the sky. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Oh, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So guys, we appreciate everything. I'm hoping I'm not skipping over anybody's, you know, I know I'm going to miss a few questions, but the girls are going to have to answer those. If there is something, you may have to post it again. I've always believed something happened at the water. Candace asked a different way with CM at the water. I think that's why we all thought that secondary drowning, but there could have been a number of things that happened. That place was dangerous. I mean, that's not dangerous. I shouldn't say it's dangerous. It's not near as dangerous as their home. But there are some things that didn't make sense. And, you know, it was Tammy and Peggy that came up with the idea of getting in that nasty water and just feeling what was on the bottom, because we've been hearing that there's no rocks out there, which that's a lie. Clearly, Candace has never been in that water. My feet hurt. My feet truly hurt. I was walking over big sticks with, you know, the pointy branches on it. You step on that wrong, it hits right in the sweet meat of your feet. It was painful. It was painful for me to walk out there. Now, was every single step painful? Of course not. But it was painful because it didn't matter where you stepped. You were going to step on something. And we were trying to avoid glass out there. There was glass in that water. There were hooks and fishing line in that water. It was dirty. It was dirty. There was other cleaner places in that area than right there at the horse stables where all that horse runoff goes into the water. Yes, that's exactly right. And I was swimming in it. Yes, that's why I said I need a bleach bath. This is why people are such idiots. These are why people are such idiots. This is why you should keep your mouth shut. Where is it? There it is. You see that? I did. 3.67 GPA. I even have a photo. And that's dusty. I got dust all over my hands. But I'm sick and tired of people telling me that I don't do this, I don't do that. I've never done this, I've never done that. I have an AA in paralegal studies, as I've said many times, and there's my receipt. That is my diploma from Kaiser University. There is my diploma from Kaiser University. So the idea that I didn't study law is horse crap. Okay. I actually excelled very well in the industry. I did a lot of, I ended up becoming the senior discovery paralegal and trainer for my law office. I trained people on the collection of discovery in the discovery process, which is the evidence. So while you may not think, your opinion may be, oh, I've never done anything, right? Untrue. That's what happens when you assume. That's what happens when you assume. So I would like an apology, because everybody likes me to apologize when I get it wrong. Jimmy Sore. You seem sore. There's my receipts. And I actually have my transcript somewhere around here. Would love to show you. And I will find it and I will put it out there, because it was a 3.67 GPA. Back then, you don't get 4.6. When I graduated, the highest you can get is a 4.0. I was on Dean's List every semester. I graduated in the top 2% of my class, not the top 10% of my class, and did my job well, and will continue to do so. Now, could I have gotten a BS in paralegal? Yeah. A BS is a higher degree than what I've got, but I didn't need it because I went right into work. It's all about experience. I don't need a degree to do what I did the same thing that anybody with a BS degree would have done. Indexed trial, indexed the information. I prepared for trial. I prepared pleadings. I prepared motions. And more importantly, I prepared discovery paperwork and reviewed the discovery that came into my office. Most people have 40 cases as a paralegal. I had 250 cases. So I worked very hard for the clients that we had. Just FYI. Thank you. Thank you, Lolo. You don't get large caseloads if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Just want to let you know that. Did the caseloads burn me out? They sure did. The caseloads I had burnt me out. And I ended up having to leave because I just couldn't take it. They got too accustomed to me doing so much work that it literally made it difficult, for me. Like I was getting in there before the crack of dawn. I was leaving after everybody. I worked from daylight to dark whenever I worked for the law firms that I worked for. And that's why I didn't get out of the business because I didn't enjoy it. I got out of the business because I was being worked like a dog because I did great work. And everybody wanted me to work on their files. And that is the truth. They wanted a new pleading. Smile, life's too short. I love that. So, but I'm sure I will now. Oh, thank you. Another new member. I'm pretty sure that person, that sore person, probably will not apologize to me after me proving myself to him. I guarantee no apologies for Bullhorn Betty. Anissa, want to say that. And there's dust on it. Like this thing hasn't come out. I just happened to look up there and see it. Look at all that dust on there. Like this dust is like all over this. And obviously I was supposed to pull it out because I have not seen this. I just happened to look up because I was frustrated that he said that. I was hoping that my transcript would have been in here, but either way. I know the transcript's around here somewhere. I just don't know where. So as soon as I find it, I will post it for all to see. That and I never dropped below. I think I only had 2 B's. Oh, God, I gotta wash this stuff off my hands. I only had 2 B's the entire time I was in college. The entire time I took that. And I can't even remember what classes they were. They might have been my general education classes, like my Spanish class or something like that. I don't speak Spanish. I don't really care to speak Spanish. I'm realizing that it's good. Oh, play the video. Play the video. Okay, I can play the video. Let me go over here and play the video for all. We have the request for the video. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see if I can take the ads off of them. I tried to do that yesterday. Well, we'll just play with the ads. It's a lot easier. There it is. Now I'm going to try. Let me take the ads off of it real quick. If it'll save. I did this yesterday and it didn't save. And I was like, what in the world's going on here? What's going on? Okay, let's see if we can play it without the ads. I'm going to put this up.
Andrea K. Bullhorn Betty here.
Oh, wrong one. Hold on.
Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people.
Hold on. Got the wrong one up. Hold on. Oh, I didn't share my screen. Hold on a second. I got to share the screen first. There we go. There we go. This is to all the messengers. I am Team Summer. You're great. I love it. Let's just get this up there. For those that haven't watched, my message to YouTube and some YouTubers.
Andrea K. Bullhorn Betty here. Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people on YouTube. Right here. Right here. This is a real ass right here. like many people on YouTube. All you need to do is show an asshole a little love. Right? Right? Tell him. What you need to do? What you need to do? Huh? What you need to do? Oh, too many assholes on YouTube. Say it. Say it with me, baby. Say there's just too many people. Too many people on YouTube that look like you, huh? So the next time you want to be an ass, maybe you should come out here and hang out with the ass. Just saying. You want to be a jackass? There's your brother. Peace out. Bullhorn Betty style.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Oh my goodness. Too much. Too much fun. Too much fun up in Bullhorn Betty's house. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Patricia. Thank you. No, I don't know why. I looked over there, and I think it was because I was videoing. I was like, that whole thing while I was videotaping. I'm like, you know what? There's an ass. And it just, I don't know. I didn't expect it to turn out that funny, but I got back and I played it for the people that were out there grilling, and they just started busting out laughing. And I'm just like, oh, I've got to go. I've got to go and post it. You know, it was just too funny not to post it. And it was truth. It was truth. You know, there's too many of them out there, and just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Yes. And I got to say, the donkey, the real ass, is much nicer than the asses on YouTube. I have to be honest with you. That ass really was very fond of Bullhorn Betty, I must say. As you saw, he saw me and he came a running. He wanted some Bullhorn Betty love, and I showed him some love. So. Oh, yes, yes, yes. All the stuff we do, it is hilarious. But on a serious note, just to get back to you guys know that I worked very hard for a gal here in Manatee County. She went missing. And this gentleman is partly responsible, never called for her to get help. Apparently, it does appear that it's starting to lean toward that she did end up passing away from potentially an overdose. I don't have all the information quite yet, but I know as our law enforcement here in Manatee County are working this case, you know, they are, if they find he committed a crime, they are adding to his charges. His charges have actually started growing. Many of you know he was originally charged with only 3 charges, and those 3 charges were altering a firearm because the serial number was scraped off, possession of a weapon as well as ammo by a convicted felon, and abuse to a human body. And so he was being held on $108,000. Then we later that day, he got charged with tampering and screwing with evidence, tampering with fabricating physical evidence. That was a charge. It added another $100,000 bond on him. Seriously, then why did no law firm confirm hiring? What happened? First of all, I don't. Oh, but let me stop right here. Antifa boy. First of all, I denounce Antifa in its entirety. Antifa boy, and I don't know what law firm you confirm where you went, but I definitely still have my paycheck sitting right there from the law firm I worked for, buddy. I've got my whatever that I just showed you from the college that I went to. What do you mean? How do I owe you? And who the hell do you think you are thinking you can come here and say, I owe you something? No, buddy, you owe me something. You prove to me I didn't graduate. You can't. You prove to me I didn't work for a law office. You can't. You can't. You can't. 250 cases. I worked many, many law firms. Not only that, I worked for Doug Wallace, which is now an appellate judge, a federal appellate judge in Tampa. His daddy owns half of downtown Bradenton. What do you mean? Fly a kite, buddy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Idiots. Idiots. You don't know me. Get out of here with that shit. Hate people. Some people I just absolutely hate. Right? Nonsense. Acts like they know I owe them some. Bitch, please. Excuse my language. I don't owe you anything. Bring your receipts. If you're going to call me a liar, bring your receipts. I brought mine. So anyways, he got tampering with physical evidence. Now he has been charged with 2 additional charges. Yes, you guys are reading that correctly. SB. On somebody that was physically incapacitated. We got word that while this girl, now again, I have not confirmed that she was ODing. I have not confirmed that, but apparently he was caught on that video camera that he turned over to law enforcement that he didn't think was working, that actually showed him loading her in her car with a sheet because she was already gone. Just instead of calling for help, he decides to drag her out of his house, place her in his car, and go dump her in a ditch. It's sick. It's sick. But SB, let me see if I can make this bigger so you guys can read it, because I don't want to say it. Right there. Battery of an incapacitated. Golly, I wish this thing would quit doing that. I'm still not used to this stupid thing. It's irritating. There we go. There it is. Can I make that bigger? Anyways, you guys can read it. And then voyeurism. Voyeurism, first offense. And I was like, well, what's, I'm sitting here, what's voyeurism, right? Many people don't know what voyeurism is. Spell that right? EU. Spelling that right? Still not spelling it right. I figured I'd look that up. That is sick. Can you guys see that? Let me see if I can make this bigger. I don't know if I don't even know how to make things bigger on this screen. Let me see if I can just go this way. There it is. I do not want to say it out loud, but practicing or gaining pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in certain activity, enjoyment from seeing pain or distress of others. So he actually was pleasuring himself by watching her. That's what I'm assuming, by watching her going through what she was going through as she was leaving this earth. And then he was pleasuring himself while she was leaving this earth. And I just think that is disgusting. And there is a special place, and a very special place for this man, which his name is William Redden. And we are thankful that he is off the streets of Manatee County today. I can tell you that. And I'm glad he never got out of jail. I was speaking with the friends of Stephanie, and their biggest concern was who he was and him actually getting out of jail. And they were so concerned because he used to walk around with wads and wads of cash, and they believed that he would have been able to easily bail out of jail. And I knew that they were going to be stacking these charges on him because I knew that the abuse of the human body was not going to be the last charge that he got. It was not something that I got for insider information from, friends in law enforcement I have or anything like that. It was just common sense because I know when they found her, they were going to find more. There is a reason why somebody doesn't call for medical when something's happening. That means they did something terribly wrong, because anybody, even if you are on substances, you don't want friends of yours, ODing and passing away. You, in the state of Florida, and I think many other of the other states around this country have laws, so you are able to call for help for your friends if they are ODing without any legal repercussions. They don't want, and they're doing that by design because they would rather save a life than charge somebody with a crime. And that is the name of the game. Preservation of life when it comes to law enforcement, and these first responders are their number one priority. So they don't want to charge somebody with a simple drug crime because they called in to save one of their friends' lives. So this man is just despicable. He could have saved her. He could have helped her, and he chose to pleasure himself and dump her body. That to me is one sick dude. And I am glad he is off the streets of Manatee County today. And I hope he's going to be off the streets for many years to come. Whether or not, and in my opinion, he is 100% responsible for her, because I am of the belief he's the one that gave her the drugs that killed her. And I don't know how they're going to be able to show that. I don't know what the laws are about that. But that's the reason why I know the book's going to be thrown at him. And I don't think he's going to be charged with anything to do with her actual death. Maybe, I'm not sure, but the way it's looking, she was a willing participant in this thing. She was having heart problems. She should have probably just given herself a break. But addiction is the only disease that tells you that you're not going to die, right? It's killing you, but it's telling you you'll be okay. And so my heart bleeds for her. My heart bleeds for her struggle. I know that struggle. I know that struggle personally. And I don't know what she was on, but it doesn't matter. I know the struggle. And I'm thankful for every breath I take, because I could have been her. And that's just plain and simple. My family knows I could have been her. I think that's why I jumped out and started going out and looking for her so quickly, but for the grace of God, there go I. And I'm going to be following this case. I know it's not, huge and popular across the streets of YouTube, but it's huge and it's popular in my mind because it came from my county. It was a woman that lost her life. It was a woman that was taken advantage of while she was losing her life. And it was a woman that was a mom, a sister, a child, an aunt, and a best friend that was thrown away like garbage, that was dumped like garbage, on the side of the road. And it's sad and it breaks my heart. And it's sad to think that there are people like that in my own backyard. And I want to get the trash out. And it starts at home too. So I'm not sure. I probably could, but I'm pretty sure he's divorced from her, because I looked it up, and it looks like he does have a divorce in his record. So in his court record. And so I'm pretty sure he's divorced from her. Yeah. Yep. So my family watched me struggle. They watched me fight. And I don't know if they ever thought I'd have my life back, to be honest with you. I came back beat up. I came back with scars. I came back with a lot of, tokens of my past life that I wear with me. I've had an opportunity to, have this filled in and, fix the scars on my face, but those scars remind me of the life I once lived. And it's almost a piece of me now. And it's something that I live with each and every day, and I wake up with each and every day. And, I'm just not, I want them gone, but I'm just not there yet to remove them, if that makes sense to anyone. Like it's what keeps me, it keeps me centered. It reminds me each and every day of the life I lived. And I'm not sure if I'm willing to let that go quite yet. And many people may understand that, and many people may not understand that. But I could fix everything. I could fix everything if I so choose. And I've decided not to. Did I? I was watching it. I didn't watch it all the way. So Stephanie, I'm curious. Who got kicked off the island? I'm curious. Oh, never mind. You answered. If I would have just read further. So Dolly had a survivor call in, and BK was voted off. TM and Baby Cap was runners up. Betty's gonna win Dolly's survivor. Oh, great. Now they're probably gonna go in there and start beating on Bullhorn Betty, right? Yeah, I was very fortunate to finally meet Dolly, and what a great guy. Worked his tail off. I mean, he, you see him behind the studio. You always wonder, are these facades that, because I kind of come here and what you see is what you get. When you see me on the screen, when you meet me in person, I'm the same person. It's not a character or, a facade that I put on. You meet me, you know me because you've seen me online. And I always wonder, is that the way it is for some other creators? Some creators, are just, what's the best way to describe them, are acting or putting on, this facade. So you never know who that is. But I have to say, I would say Justice for All is the same way. What you see online is what you get. But I had known him before he became a creator. I knew him when we went to Rogersville, and he was on Molly's channel a lot and didn't have his own channel. And a big shout out to Justice for All. Man, he really rocked it out when he came out, and has really built a nice platform for the sake of these victims, and just kudos to him. But I knew him before he was Justice. I mean, he was still Justice for All in chat, but knew him before he had a Justice for All channel, so to speak. And I already knew what I saw on there is what I got, what you get. What you see with Justice for All is who you meet in person. And so, for the other creators, you want to know as well. So it was a pleasure meeting Dolly Vision, and what a great guy. He was just caring. I got to tell you, many of you guys know my car, it didn't break down. My car didn't break down. It runs great. But and I had the back tire, they took the back tire off to patch I had a screw in it. It wasn't even a nail. It was an actual screw that went into the tire that they had to patch. They took the tire off. The people knew I was driving to Tennessee, and never once told me that I may want to consider having my brakes looked at because they're worn. Nobody told me that. My rotors and everything were perfectly fine when I left Florida. By the time I got to Tennessee, they were eaten up, and they were just getting worse. I was only there. They started eating. I want to say I drove on them for maybe 24, 36 hours at their condition when I arrived in there. And they just worse. Every day was just worse. So, or every hour just got worse just for me driving up and down those mountains. So I had to go take my car into the place was called the mechanic shop there in Rogersville, Tennessee. And Peggy and Tammy drove me there. They drove me there. And so I'm, they were staying in Kingsport. I was staying in Rogersville. That's like 40 minutes away from them. And so they drove me over there and then drove me back to my hotel. So I was in my hotel, And, Dolly's like, what's going on? Why don't we go here? Why don't we go there? And I'm like, dude, I've got no wheels. Like I'm stuck at the hotel. And he was so gracious to come get me so I could still get my content and still go and do things in and around Kingsport and Rogersville area, because I was down for literally almost 24 hours without a vehicle. And as many of you guys know, time is of an essence when you're putting together a vigil and you got a lot of stuff to plan, and you're still wanting to go around and get content and bring videos home for everybody to see. So, I mean, he was just a really, really nice person. He was funny, him being online, but what you see is what you get is the point of it. And I like that. Like even with True Crime with Eve and Guidance in Life with TLC, what you see with them is what you get. Some creators you don't know, is it a facade? But the folks that we were around, we were brought together for the sake of summer. I think we'll have life-lasting friendships because of summer, and just a pleasure of meeting everybody out there and getting to know them. I think was really important, knowing that, again, what you see is what you get, and that these folks that I was around, that we all gravitated toward each other, were actually out there doing what they love, and all for the right reasons. Everything that was done came from the heart and truly came from the heart. And those are the people I want to be around and I want to surround myself around. And those are the people that I will always talk about and always advocate for and always throw their name out there, because they deserve that name recognition for the simple fact of what they do and how they do it. And they do it so gracefully. They do it so peacefully. They do it so humbly. And I'm just really thankful that I got to meet everybody that I got to meet. But just great, great, great people. All of them were just great people. And just very thankful to have met everybody. So I know, I know, all right. We're still on that, the ass video. I'm gonna have to download that and put that in here. We had another one that I lost over the time that I need to put in here. The girl saying, think about me how you wish, but stand on it, and she rolls her eyes and tosses her head back. I need to put that on here, and we'll need to play those things every now and again when Uncle Eddie or somebody else decides to come into the chat. I do believe, well, this is the thing, and this is my opinion. I don't have any, foundation or facts to stand on here, but it's just something that I believe when I think about it. There's corruption in every single city, in every single county, some form of corruption and cronyism in any place. In any place, there's some form of corruption. Hold on here. Let's see what this says. And Justin. Yeah, Justin's a great guy. But I can tell you this, no matter how buddy or good old boys, system that, any small town may have, as soon as the state police and as soon as the FBI comes into that case and is involved in that case and is overseeing that case, i.e. managing it, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do, that's the check and balance. So if it was just Hawkins County leading the charge, I would be a little more skeptical. But I've actually spoken to every single detective so far, every main detective so far that's working this Summer Wells case. Cliff Evans, John Pruitt, that other gentleman, I didn't even catch his name. I'm sorry. The one that showed me where I could set up. He was actually at last press conference. That guy was actually standing next to John Pruitt at that press conference, the officer I spoke to. So I've spoke to, outside of Leslie Earhart, which Jonathan spoke with through Twitter on several occasions. Outside of her and Ronnie Lawson, those are the only two people I haven't actually had a conversation with digitally or otherwise. But just about every single one of these detectives that are on this case, and I can tell you, those detectives are working their ass off for Summer Wells. I feel their heart and soul when I meet them. I feel it. I feel the vibe. I do. I feel the vibe, hands down. Feel the vibe. Now, up the chain, is there possible corruption or cronyism or something like that that's going on? It's possible, because it happens in every city and every county across this country. It's not new to Hawkins County. It happens here in Manatee County. That's why I'm so heavily involved in in the politics here. And it's on both sides of the aisle. It's not one side or the other. It happens on both sides of the aisle. So I'm not going to sit there and say it's this way or that way. It's not. It just happens everywhere and by everybody. And so it's up to us to make sure that we expose it and get that out there. But the good news is that, in my opinion, in this case, you have the FBI and the TBI. That's your checks and balances. So none of this good old boy crap happens with Hawkins County. And I truly believe that the FBI and TBI are overseeing it. And nobody in Hawkins County wants to be tagged as, the corrupt person, because it will be exposed. Because at the end of the day, Hawkins County, TBI don't care. They don't care about Don Wells. They don't care how long he's known the county sheriff. They don't care about the FBI. Don't care about that. The FBI don't care about that. And not only that, it's a 6-year-old child. Nobody in their right mind would try to block justice for this little girl. That's my opinion. It doesn't matter if you're the biggest POS officer out there. When it comes to children, it's a totally different dynamic, in my opinion. Not everybody believes that for their opinion, but that's my opinion, because nobody knows TBI. Nobody in TBI knows Don Wells. Nobody in the FBI knows Don Wells on a personal level. I can guarantee you that. They may know him now that they have questioned him and over questioned him and all this other stuff, but they're not sticking their neck out for that garbage man that they call Don Wells. I don't see it. Is it possible? Anything's possible, right? Drowning in 2 inches of water is possible, but is it probable? No, but somebody has. Right? So that's the outlier. And so I just don't believe that with the TBI and FBI, nobody's going to want that kind of egg on their face. I really don't. I don't think so. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Thank you. Yeah, I have to tell you, there's a few cases that I'm actually looking at, and one is I haven't had an opportunity because, quite frankly, after I got off the live yesterday and did the laundry and stuff, I was exhausted. I'm still shaking the drive. It's almost like it wasn't car sickness or anything, but when you have to drive 12 hours nonstop, if people know how I drive, I literally going up to Rogersville, I make great timing because I make 3 stops. My bathroom breaks are aligned with my gas breaks. If I've got to pee before I need gas, I'm up that Schitt's Creek with a paddle. I hold it. It's not good, but I will. I have a system on getting places. I try not to drive anything that's over 12 or 13 hours because that I'm pushing it, my body. Driving that long and being in that position in the car. Once I hit 13 hours, it was like my back, and many of you guys know I have a DDD, which is degenerate disc disease in my lower back, as well as scoliosis. And so I can do the 12, I can push it at 13 hours for one sitting, but anything over 13 hours is almost too much for me. So at that point, I have to consider flights. Yeah, we got hot coffee. I burn my lips every day. Actually, my lips are used to the hot coffee. I drink it all day. Drinking it all day. It's odd. Ellie lets PI search, but won't let EquiSearch come back. You know, I have to think about that. And here's kind of what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know whether it's true or not, but when I try to process this as to why, just like I believe law enforcement isn't telling us everything, and I think it's because of the defense. We have to remember Don Wells and Candace Bly have lawyered up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're acting like they're lawyered up. You haven't seen, the first thing a lawyer is going to tell their client is stay the hell off of YouTube. Stay off of YouTube. Don't go on YouTube. Don't go in these chats. Don't talk to people. Don't let them record you anymore. Blah, 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 right? Candace has just fallen off the face of the earth on YouTube, right? It sounds to me like she's got herself a really good attorney telling her to stay the heck off of YouTube. That was actually my advice to her. Do you guys remember that? When I was on here and I was saying, Candace, I don't even like you, but let me give you a word of legal advice. Get off YouTube and stay off YouTube. For the protection of her, for her defense, when she needs it, she needs to stay off YouTube, because all these things are going to come back and bite her. The way she acted, the way Don acted, some of the things that they said, I guarantee we're going to hear brought up in court if and when they are arrested. So I think it's finally gotten serious enough for her to realize that this is not good. It's a year later. They are still searching around their house. They are still being eyeballed as the primary persons of interest. And even though law enforcement is saying, I'm speculating here, folks. I'm not saying law enforcement came out and said they're the primary persons of interest. I'm saying with the experience that I have, they would have to be the primary persons of interest at this point in the investigation. They would have to be, because they still have yet to be cleared. You have to remember, in an investigation like this, the first people they try to clear is the parents. They want those parents cleared so they can move on, right? They've never moved on from Don and Candace. As a matter of fact, their story is Swiss cheese. It has more holes than Swiss cheese. And this is what law enforcement is looking at. And how do we know that? Because we're listening to it. We're listening to what law enforcement is saying. We're listening to what these people are saying. Heck, we just heard from the stables because of JLR that truck was there for most of the day. We heard they were only there for 20 or 30 minutes and went on with their day. And we, for a year, have been wondering, why in the world would they only go out there for 20 or 30 minutes? That just doesn't even seem. I think even at one time she said it was only 15 minutes. Who would go through getting wet and having to dry off for 15 minutes in the water? We said that over and over and over again to each of us, right? As to why. Why would someone just do that? And they were supposed to go out there to go fishing, but nobody had fishing poles. A lot of stuff just didn't make sense. And now a year later, we find out that truck was out there for a really long time, not 20 or 30 minutes. But again, we were able to confirm Summer was alive on June 15th. That is huge. This is groundbreaking. We need to tell JLR, thank you. Thank you for getting that information to us, right? Nobody was able to score that interview. JLR was able to hit a home run with that interview. And kudos to him. I am so thankful that he got that, because that told, us in the true crime community really need to be supporting creators that are going out there and getting this information, because without those creators, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. If we didn't go out there and do what we did, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't have heard from the neighbors. We wouldn't have, how many neighbors have we gotten on an interview from? We got Richard, we got that Sherfy guy. We got a woman that lives on the other side of the mountain. We had that woman that pulled up on us that told us to start looking into Candace and Hunter, I'm not going to say anymore. And we were able to get that interview, the bombshell interview with not only Allie, her mother, Sherry, as well as her grandmother, and her friend that was able to have some commentary on that. So, it's people that go out there and get these, and not only that, but we're not watching them on YouTube. We're seeing their body language. We're seeing their full body language. We're feeling their vibe. We're being able to determine, what that vibe is coming off. Do we feel like they were intentionally deceiving us or intentionally being deceptive? And that's hard to get through when you're just talking to somebody through a screen. You're able to feel that. There's something about being in front of somebody and talking to them that you can feel. And I know that you guys know what I'm talking about because you probably had that experience in the past yourself. That's what content creators that go out there and put boots on the ground and really dive into these cases are able to provide the audience in the world. And, I just kudos to JLR. That was groundbreaking in my personal opinion. I'm not sure how the rest of you guys feel about that, but it really did get us a confirmed date that yes, Summer was seen and Summer was seen alive on June 15th. That's huge. Now we can forget about all the stuff that, the speculation, was she gone before the 15th? We can erase that because we have not one person, but two people now confirming that eyewitness, firsthand knowledge, not hearsay, firsthand knowledge that has now confirmed that Summer Wells was alive on June 15th. It doesn't tell us how long, doesn't tell us where. And that brings me over to the next thing. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any questions here. Let's see what guidance has to say. My one red flag on that is someone who lost their son was their detective in Hawkins County, then became their detective at the TBI too. Yeah, but one person can't. I get it. I get it, but that's one person. And if they lost their son, then I can guarantee they're going to be fighting 10 times harder for this baby, in my opinion. In my opinion. Hold on, I just popped down. I'm going slow. I probably need to slow the chats down. What do you think about what do you think about putting fresh eyes on the case? I think fresh eyes need to be on the case. Probably, I know when people are beating their heads against the wall and trying to make heads or tails of what's going on, I always believe in fresh eyes because sometimes somebody sees something that they don't. And actually, fresh eyes is what solves a lot of cold cases. When it's handed off to somebody else and they have to read through it, they're picking up on something that maybe somebody forgot about. Because when you're in the mix of collecting all this information, at the beginning, somebody may say something that doesn't make sense. And you forgot about that, right? You've forgotten about that because a year later, you're listening to all this and it's going down here. And sometimes going back to the beginning, and it's like a book, think about it. For example, the language of letting go, right? Had it for 15 years. And every year I forget what's on each of these pages. And every single year I get something else additional out of this book. That's what the most amazing part of this book is. Anybody that has this book gets something new, which actually brings me to the next thing. Is in just a few moments. Let's read what we have for today. I love this book. Lately I have been relying on this book to help center me and get me refocused so I can do a great job. But yes, fresh eyes on cases is amazing. That is what helps. To me, they could have told us they are making progress and not jeopardizing the case. I didn't hear that. Yeah, they could be saying, but see, the problem is right now they're fighting, there's just some people out there that apparently are calling them nonstop. They're getting a lot of social media stuff. We don't do that. I know everybody wants to allege that it's Bullhorn Betty or JLR, all this. It's not us. It really isn't. It's other people out there that are constantly thwarting this case. And it's a little upsetting that they're doing that. But I think, first of all, law enforcement's allowed to lie to us. We all know that. There's nothing against the law for them not telling us the truth, right? And I think if they told us that they are making progress, it's going to make people dive in a little deeper. It's going to make people want to call a little bit more. It's going to make people more curious as to what they have. And I think it's going to complicate the situation. When you have a high profile case like this is considered a high profile case, okay? Summer Wells is officially a high profile case and has been a high profile case for some time. And again, this is just my opinion. It's my speculation. I do not have anything related to this. This is just what I'm thinking is the issue. I'm just thinking that they're just wanting to keep people at bay. If they keep saying that they don't have it, and not only that, but I think it's for the benefit of the defense attorneys not, paying more close attention to them. There might be a lot of different things that are causing them to not really want. They may have very limited, and that's another thing that I got out of that press conference. Leslie Earhart said, I don't know, not a lot of people caught this, but they do have leads as to what happened to her that day. They just have limited leads. Did you guys hear her say that? It's something to that effect. I'm going to have to go back and watch that press conference and get her verbatim language. But there was some very telling information in that press conference. It's not that they don't have leads. They have very limited leads telling them what happened to her that day. That's a positive. That's a plus. That's telling us they have something, in my opinion. And I think that's the sentiments of a lot of people on YouTube is that, the things that the creators are doing, honoring Summer, keeping Summer's name out there, really driving this home, searching, posting flyers, all that stuff should be done and should have been done from out the gate by her own family, but they have not. And again, these are telling signs. These are not normal behaviors of parents that are missing a 5-year-old child that's now 6, that's been gone for a year. This is just not normal behavior. And, that's why when everybody says, well, it could be this guy and it could be this guy and it could be this person, it could be that person, it could be this person. And my response to them is it does not explain the behavior of the parents since she went missing. It has never explained the behavior of the parents since she went missing. You can throw 1,000 people's names out there as to who it might be, and it will never explain the behavior of these parents. Because parents that, even like, okay, for example, we heard that on Miss Cher, I want to address this, last night with Benny Keys, that there was this conversation that is making its way around YouTube about this CPS worker that is dating somebody that's in charge of one of the Summer Wells boys and all this other stuff. And it's getting to be like just a conspiracy theory that, the Wells owed this huge debt and they were coming to get their child. Listen, guys, I have been out there in the streets in my 20s, doing God knows what, killing myself. What I was doing. That's what I was doing. I was killing myself. And I've known some of pretty rotten dudes, just like that, like this a-hole here. It's just, hold on, I'll put this up here. Pretty rotten dudes like this. Okay. This man wouldn't even come get your child if you owed him a debt. You were lucky. You would be more inclined to have your legs broke, to be sent to the hospital, something on those lines, as opposed to having your child taken for ransom or what. It doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. So that whole conversation now, is there possible that there is a lady that's in CPS that is dating somebody that's responsible? Maybe there is. But everything from that point after about owing debt and they wanted this child, they were going to take the youngest boy, that is hogwash. That is hogwash. And not only that, but if that was true, that's evidence of an abduction, folks, which they have said time and time and time again. There's no evidence of an abduction. So I think that story gets a big old fat F. Is there some truth in it? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. And that's the one that was released by that Shannon. A few people in here sent it to me that I asked while I was watching Miss Cher last night. But it just doesn't hold water for me. Okay. It may hold water for somebody else. And again, that's perfectly fine. Everybody's allowed and entitled to their own opinion. But when I look and listen to it, and I did listen to it this morning, I'm like, this is it. It just, no. Again, is it possible that somebody's dating that's, these kids? Yes. Do I believe that Waylon is not adjusting well in that home that he's in? Yes, I do believe that. I mean, that would be expected. So there were some things that in that conversation that I do believe, but there's a lot in that conversation I just didn't believe. And doesn't make sense to me. When you put the pieces of the puzzle together, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't ring true to me. And again, it still doesn't explain the behavior of the parents. It just doesn't explain it. I'm sorry. I don't care how big of a drug debt you owe. If somebody came and took your child, the first words out of your mouth would be, so-and-so has my daughter because I owed them money and they told me they were coming over here to take it. That is what would be coming out of your mouth. And no, I don't know a dealer in this world that would want to jeopardize their life over a child. Like I said, they will break your face, break your legs, break your ankles, but they ain't touching your children. Because even these dealers, these big, massive, mean people have kids. We heard about the Cornbread Mafia. We had the author that wrote the book on the Cornbread Mafia come here. And yeah, they were some rough dudes. But one thing they would not do is mess with a kid. Why? Because they have children of their own. And that's just the stigma. You don't want the stigma. I mean, that's the one thing that you could be injured for in jail. People that go to jail, even people that live in, they stay away from the kids because they know they will have a really, really, really rough time. Only sickos go to jail for children. Only sickos. Ripley's, mine too. I drank coffee and water. Occasionally I'll have a cocktail, but from day in, day out, it is my trusted source of what? So getting to the title, right? The title of this whole show was Jodie Sue, why you keep lying? Right? Why you keep lying, Jodie Sue? Why you keep lying? You know nothing about this case. You were a neighbor. That was to the extent of your involvement in this case. You have intentionally lied about what you heard on June 15th. We've got the text message between you and Andy. So we know that there was no animalistic scream, that it was just a noise that woke you up, and it happened at 2:30 and not 5:30. That we know, because we even saw you talking to your children. You even typed in there, I'm talking to the kids now at 5:30. So if you're talking to the kids, how did you hear this, right? If it did happen, right? If it did happen, we've got multiple of your neighbors saying that that they could hear them all out there screaming for Summer. Can you explain to me why nobody heard that animalistic type of scream that you keep saying you heard? They could hear everything else that went on that day, but that's the one thing that everybody on that mountain missed. Right? Every single neighbor on the mountain missed but Jodie Sue. Jodie Sue must have those rabbit ears. Right? Cut it out. She doesn't like YouTubers, but becomes one. Cut it out. She's going to go disrupt vigils. Cut it out. Quit lying. Quit lying, Jodie Sue Brown. I'm going to have to write a song for her. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Going down, 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 down. Jodie Sue Brown. Right? Law enforcement won't listen to her. She says she saw a tattoo. She saw this. She wanted a person to come down there and a sketch artist. Law enforcement knows she's full of crap. They don't want to talk to her. They don't want her interjecting herself into this case. They don't believe she has any relevant information because why? They've already went through her entire life and chopped it up, right? She was a neighbor. She was out there. She interjected herself. I guarantee they've already subpoenaed her phone records. They saw what we saw. They know she's full of garbage. She has no relevant information in this case. None. None. She is a habitual liar. Habitual liar. And Jodie Sue, it would be my hope for you, because you're going through some medical issues, that you stop smoking those cigarettes and start focusing on your health. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be coming after Bullhorn Betty. You don't need to try to go out there and ruin a memorial. You don't have to sit there and say you're going to go and destroy vigils going on in and around the area because you don't like it. You don't own Hawkins County. The taxpayers do. And quite frankly, I'm one of those taxpayers. And I'll do as I damn well please. So why you keep lying about everything? Why? I want to challenge Jodie Sue to reach out to me. I'd like to bring you on my panel. I really would. And I want to know why you lie. I want to know why you lie. I don't want to yell at you. Don't want to put you down. I want to call a spade a spade. And I've got some really good questions for you, honey. And I've got proof that a lot of your statements are false. So I want to know why you keep spreading them. When are you going to stop spreading lies, and when are you going to stop spreading hate? That's what I would like to know. And when are you going to stop blaming JLR for every damn thing going wrong in your life? Just curious. Hey, Demetrius, I hope you're doing well. You know, I don't know the answers. You know, one thing I did notice is, you know, some of those law enforcement in Hawkins County, even the other stuff, like John Pruitt came out and said, you know, he's never been involved with so many different agencies, and like he's almost complaining about all the agencies involved as almost hindering his ability to do the type of work he's doing. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why all these organizations have their hand in the pot on this case. And I'm happy that they do. Nothing related to this case is easy. And it's not going to be easy. And to bring this case home is going to be an uphill mountain. But we have to support. We have to support and have faith in these law enforcement agencies. We have to. I've been very critical of their handling of some aspects of this case, primarily everything unrelated to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Like, I feel at this point there's enough evidence to arrest the parents on the child abuse, child neglect, the child welfare crimes that they've perpetrated upon their children, all their children, not just Summer. And they're still out there going unaccounted for right at this moment. And, many of you guys know, it was Marissa, Olivia, Mom, JLR, and myself that went to the state attorneys, the Hawkins County state attorneys, and we spoke to the assistant state attorney. I can't remember her name anymore. And she spoke to us about this case. And she didn't, I want to be very clear, she didn't give us any insider information. She didn't do anything that would jeopardize her license or the capacity to be fair and unbiased on this case in the least. But, our concerns were kind of addressed. And it was like, why is nobody doing anything with these children related to the child welfare crimes perpetrated upon these kids? And, they said that when all this is said and done, they are absolutely confident that any possible charge that can be charged against the parents related to this will be charged against the parents. I'm still waiting for that because it's been a year going in this child case. And, is this a custody case that they're on a gag order for, or is this a criminal case that they have a gag order for? I'd like to know, because it needs to be criminal. What those parents put those children through and made them live in is criminal. And I hope, the Department of Children's Services and Hawkins County prosecutes these parents. If you want to clean up your community, if you want to, law enforcement, it's up to you. These are your kids in that community. My community is taken care of. We got Sheriff Rick Wells. You're not going to have parents treating their kids like that without them going to jail, period. This is not affecting my community. This is affecting Hawkins County community. If you want to start cleaning that kind of action up, start arresting these parents that are making their children live in garbage. It's time. These children don't deserve that. And if you want to break the cycle, it's up to law enforcement and the Department of Children's Services to work on breaking that cycle. Because right now, from what I'm seeing, is that cycle is being just keeps going and going. It's like an infinite circle, a wheel from one generation to another generation. You need to break the cycle. The only way you're going to break the cycle is make examples out of some of the people that are making their children live like this. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. Something happened at that lake. I don't know what happened at that lake. Oh, thank you, Love Bug. Thank you. Thank you. What does it say? Shadow, I've deep dived. Do not even go there with me. Oh, okay. I don't know. So I think there's some kind of stuff going on. Guys, I just want to make sure that everybody is very respectful for one another in here. We can agree to disagree. We can have opposing viewpoints. And I want to let you guys know, this is also very important. We had this always something in here yesterday telling us that it was, let's see here. I don't know if it was here or I'm not going to violate the trust of the people that sent this to me, but I do want to let you know that people have been in communication with Miss Robin, okay, about the items at the memorial. And we actually have the name of the park ranger that she worked with, and the items were not taken by the park rangers, okay? The items were not taken by the park rangers. So that person that was up there saying that they are a park ranger's wife, I don't believe it. I think that they were lying about that. Maybe they are the park ranger's wife. I don't know. But according to the park rangers that were out there, this stuff was not taken by the park rangers. So that means that somebody else came up there and took those items. And I want to make sure that we're clear on that because I'm sick and tired of people. And that's directly from Robin Lane. Okay. directly from Miss Robin. And so I want to make sure that we are very clear, crystal clear on here. So there's no misunderstandings. What happened? Okay. And Miss Robin came from a place of love. She realized that it upset people and she righted that wrong immediately. And that's commendable. It's respectable. I've always liked Robin Lane. I've always, I don't know her that well, but I can feel her vibe. I've met her personally. I do not believe she's involved with the disappearance of Summer Wells at all. I will stand behind that assessment until information comes together otherwise. But this woman is a good Christian. There's not a evil bone in this woman's body. There is not a criminal bone in this woman's body. She is a kumbaya. What you see is what you get. She is like that all the time, not just some of the time, all the time. She is just happy. She loves her life. She loves God. She serves God each and every day. She made a mistake. She didn't mean to upset anybody, and she immediately righted the wrong. She was not responsible for those items disappearing, and she's actually been helping try to locate or at least give us the accurate information related to the park rangers out there. They had nothing to do with the items disappearing. Okay. She worked with them. She took the items that they told her that they could not be there. When she brought those items back, there was 2 items. It was the wreath and a lidded plant. Okay. That's all. Everything else was taken by other people or person. So I want to make sure you understand that is factual information. I don't care what everybody else is trying to paint there. We know for a fact that the park rangers did not remove those items. And it didn't make sense. Like, why would they go and remove? And I said that yesterday. It never made sense. Why would they go and remove the metal spinny things, which posed no risk, no hazard to the people that visited, but you have a glass bottle that's broken 5 feet from it or 10 feet from that they didn't pick up, or the can that was crushed that have those sharp edges on it that can cut a kid's foot. Why would they leave that there but pick up the flour? You see what I'm saying? It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense because the reason why they have these rules is to make sure that people don't get injured when they're out there. You would pick up the item that would injure somebody as opposed to the item that would not injure somebody. And it didn't make sense that why one ceramic item could stay there, but another ceramic item couldn't, had to leave. It would also doesn't make sense as to why JLR's candle was removed, but there was 2 other candles that could stay, and they were in glass. So these things that people are trying to peddle to make you look over there instead of over here is exactly what it is. It's a diversion. It is a diversion. Somebody went there and picked and took from Summer Wells. They took from her after she has had so much taken from her. They just had to take a little bit more from that baby. Shame on them. Shame on them. I'm not sure who. I guess I'm coming in here while you guys are having a conversation. So I apologize about that. I apologize about that. Okay, it's been spinning around. I just had not heard the details. Thanks. Okay, so Charlotte, so there are some things. It's irrelevant. I'm just reading this stuff. So you guys are having a conversation between yourself. Ma, honey, they would have sell the child to cover the money Don owed. I've never believed in the selling a child theory. And here's why. There's a $74,000 reward. Okay. You sell a child, there's somebody that's on drugs that needs that money, that needs that $74,000. And I guarantee if she was in a house being used, somebody would have called that in just for the money, because nobody in their right mind, unless they're on a massive amount, there are some sick people in this world, maybe I should say broadly, but the majority of these people are just drugged out. And they would rather have the money, the $74,000, to buy more drugs than they would if they knew that this child was somewhere. I just don't, it just doesn't make sense to me that this child was sold. It doesn't. It doesn't. Everybody keeps, and I've said that from the beginning. Everybody said that about Harmony. Everybody said that about Serenity. Every time a little girl goes missing, the first thing they think of is that they're sold. Not that the parents have done something to them, that they're sold. And to me, it's a diversion. It takes away from what really happened. And did we look into that? Yes, we did. But where do you go to sell a kid? It's easier said than done. I can promise you that. Much easier said than done. And if you don't believe me, go try to sell a kid. A fictitious kid, of course. Don't try to sell your own. But you can't do it. It's hard. It's easier said than done. It really is. Is there underground things? Yes. But you better be well connected to find that tunnel. Better be well flipping connected. And I'm sorry, Don's, no matter what you think about Don, he's not that well connected. He is a drug addict. He's a bottom feeder. He's a bottom feeder. Hey, LC, nice to see you. Okay, let's see what you have to say. I'm from Tennessee, and they all kind of animals out there in the woods that make wild sounds. Wolves, panthers, bears, coyotes, coons. They all make noise. Yeah. But even the wildlife, most of them, when they see a human being, they run the opposite direction. They don't run towards you. Even snakes. The only thing I'm concerned about. Yes, ma'am. All right, let me get through this. And we're going to, I guess people are anxious to call in. That's nice. That's sweet. Thank you, CR. That's sweet. That's sweet. So let me see about opening these phones lines up for you guys. Give me just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'm done with him. Hold on. Give me just a second. I don't know if this is. Give me just a second. Let me see. Wrong one. Hold on. Wrong account. I got so many Google. It's so bad. I'm so bad. I got so many stinking Google numbers. It's not even funny. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let me turn the phone lines. Don't call just yet, folks. Don't call just yet. But let me turn the phone lines on, and we'll start taking some calls and comments and see what you guys have to say. See what you guys have to say. And guys, big shout out to the mods that do such an amazing job on here and keep me on my toes and make sure that we do what we can do for each of you. They really do pay attention, and they really do work hard for you guys as well as me. So we want a big shout out. You was turning red in the face. So, yeah, my banner. Phone lines are open, folks. Phone lines are open. Now, because we have so many people in the chat, we will be accepting phone calls, but we have to limit the conversations. The limit to the conversations, so please don't get upset if I say, hey, we're at 5 minutes. We got to go. So we want to try to keep it 5 minutes or less, but there's the call-in number, 941-405-3357. If you guys would like to call in, the phone lines are now open. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. What's today? Here we go. I hate when that pops up. Hold on just a second. There we go. Up. I answered. Call back. I hit the answer button, but I guess you hung up too quickly. Good morning, two Bostons. Please call back. I tried to get to you. It wouldn't let me answer. 5809, call back. Phone lines are open, folks. Here's another one. This is Betty.
Hi, it's a different caller. Calling from New Jersey. Hi, and hi, BHB. You know what? I think.
What's your first name or the name you'd like us to call
Amy.
you? And where are you from?
I'm Amy M. Okay. I think that's a big deal with the revelation with JLR's video on the fact that the truck was there all day at the watering hole. Where they had the summer camp, where that woman said that she saw it all day. I think that shows that everyone's lying. That what I don't understand is that wouldn't be probable cause to get them in there and really do a big time interrogation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think, but I don't understand why they're allowed to walk free with all that information that came out. If she's telling the truth, but why would that woman say that to him anyway on his video?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and anything that has to do with them coming back to the house, none of it makes sense. I really think something happened there, and I think that Allie and her son are lying too. I think they all, they're accessories if they're lying.
Yeah.
And I may not, and Don may be somewhat of an accessory if he was there or not, but it just, the whole thing is a big lie, and that's what that tells me.
Yeah, there are some things that don't make sense because if we take, and I have to think that the people at the horse stables would not, because they said, we told TBI this, we've told them and everything like that. And also they said, they even said, went as far to say that when they talked to law enforcement, they even said Summer was alive at home. And so when you look back at this, now I don't necessarily, maybe that's what law enforcement had believed at the time, but I think there's a lot of stuff that maybe, at least to the public, we don't have the information that law enforcement has, but at least to the public, I believe that, they were taking a lot of information at the beginning from people that they thought were being honest with them. And I think now on the backside, those things might not be true. Now we definitely know that she was alive at the water hole. I don't see why those people would lie. And not only that, they didn't really know they were being recorded. So I think that's why they were being, more comfortable in talking to JLR about the situation. But we did get them on the record, and they told TBI that very story.
But I wonder also if they had cameras there that would really,
You know what? You say that, and as soon as I heard that, that was the first thing that popped in my mind was, I bet you they have cameras that people don't know about around there.
Well, then you know what? Then I think that then TBI's press conference on the anniversary was just a big ruse to get people to stop because they may be closer than we think.
I've thought that this whole time. Yep.
That's my conclusion, and I think it's hearsay that Candace is. Everybody's saying, "Oh, she had another baby after Summer." I don't think she had another baby after Summer.
Yeah, there's no evidence of that, but at the end of the day, if she did, we would know one way or the other. Nobody would, unless they were with the family or had photos of her, pregnant or something like that to actually show receipts of that. I'm there with you, Amy.
And the other thing is like all this hearsay. Everybody was like when they thought that Brian Laundrie killed the other two out there. That really just threw people off too. I really think that people have to stop with their whole thing. And that guy wouldn't have killed himself. I think they might have been closer to the guy's name. And actually, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah,
Adam.
I got the right pronunciation of his name from a Polish woman I know.
Can you say it for us?
Pinkusiewicz.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's a Pinkusiewicz. Everybody's saying it wrong. I just had to get that in there. I just think all these people are just muddying it all up, and this really could have been solved if people weren't lying and trying to get their 15 minutes of fame in that county.
And they addressed that. They, for a record of fact, said on the record out of Leslie Earhart's mouth that there are people on YouTube actually trying to thwart. I mean, she didn't say that verbatim, but what she said is they're actually out there peddling information to thwart this case.
Yeah, but I just don't understand because I don't even watch them, so I wouldn't even know who they are because I can't keep track of everybody. And to be quite honest, I think this is the most covered case on YouTube history.
Yeah,
you had to add up the hours. I don't think any other case has gotten this kind of attention and theatrics. So I just hope that hopefully they'll get this soon solved and this will be, taken care of, that and then other kids will be looked at and given the attention that they need. Yeah. I'll let someone else call. 5 minutes is up. All right.
All right. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. So and I'm gonna pull that that press conference up, that last press conference up, and we're going to take a deep dive into what my opinion of that is, which may differ from all of yours and may differ from somebody else's. This is Betty.
Hi, Betty. This is Tonina from California.
Oh, nice to see you and hear from you all the way from California. So tell me what your thoughts.
Yes. Your last caller, I see you waving. Your last caller, I somewhat agree with everything that she had said. Betty, keep doing you. You got this. You're one of the very few that truly, deep in your heart, love this child. There are a lot of other creators that do. Yes. It's emotional.
It is. It's very emotional.
Ellie does no more. Mm-hmm. It's very important that people understand they can sit on a case for 2 years and have evidence. They have to have it exactly right. Otherwise, these people can turn around and get loose and never be prosecuted for what's happened here. Mm-hmm. So I hope that everyone trusts in their heart, trust in Ellie. This is going to come to an end, and this baby will get justice.
I believe that in my heart.
So will the creators and the people that are supporting this child. Everybody's getting fast too much. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Godspeed. God love you. I got my sound off. I can't hear you because I didn't want feedback, but you know where I'm coming from. It's been a delight to actually see you and talk with you and hear your voice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And all of your mods and all of your followers. Thank you, Betty. Bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Sweet, sweet. I love it. Yes. I do, in my heart, truly do believe that we will see justice for Summer Wells. But again, it's not in our time. It's in God's time. God's got a hand in this too. And I know the heart of these men and women like Cliff Evans and the others. This is Betty.
Hey. Let me turn this volume down.
Sure. Who are you and where are you from?
My voice sounds like crap on here, but well, I'm blank. Let me turn this. Okay. You remember when Candace come in, she said the boys are playing video games. Mm-hmm. The boys was playing video games.
Actually,
well, then,
hold on. Actually, that's hold on. That's actually not what she said. She said they were watching TV and like sleeping. It was Dawn that said that they were playing video games.
Okay. Then somebody said that the boys had told investigators, they were playing hide and seek. Now, I sat there and I thought, wait a minute. My grandson, I've only told you this. You can either throw it in the garbage or run with it. My grandson used to play a video game called Hide and Seek, Hello Neighbor. I looked that video game up, and you're going to die. It is the most horrible thing. A 10-year-old boy kills his sister in a house with a basement. They're locked in the basement. That storyline on that game fits that family to a T.
Wow.
I mean, I was blown away.
And what was the name of it? Hide and Seek?
Hide and Seek, Hello Neighbor. It blew me away, honey. I kept watching it, and everything in there. The man is mad. He locks the kid in the basement. The boy accidentally pushes his sister off a roof, and she dies. And he buries her in the yard. Hello?
My word. We're gonna have to look into this video game.
Yes, I want you to start. Well, that's what I emailed you. I was wanting to tell you while you're over, because it's exactly them, and it's, you know, I've had 17 people guilty, okay, and my vice president. Now, I've circled back. Come back to one. I don't know, but that game, that's got me. You know, if Candace sat there and watched them boys play that game, she even got that storyline in her mind. You know, what do you think? Am I crazy?
I've never heard of that before. I have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean, and then the other thing, okay, Dawn's mother is a twin. Her twin brother died about 5 weeks old. Dawn's mother wrote a book. It's still for sale on Amazon.
What's the name of it?
Let me look it up. It's something about hanging drywall. She was a professional drywall hanger. That's where he got that from. And she was an upstanding person. She wasn't garbage.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like I don't know, you know, because we see a pattern of behavior in that family on both sides with this SA, you know, from Candace's side of the family, which is really disgusting, to Dawn's side of the family, which has a mixed bag. And it makes me wonder, you know, if Dawn is this way, who taught him to be that way? Was it a stepfather? Because, you know, according to his stepsisters, I don't know if it's his father that was like this. It was more of a, I don't know, based upon, you know, because I watched, I think it was Duty Ron or Chris McDonough, and they had some gentleman on, and I asked them, it was for another case. It was for Lily Peters, you know, and I asked them, you know, is this a taught behavior or is this something hereditary? Is there like a gene that's in somebody? And they said, no, it's a taught behavior. So it makes you wonder, where did Dawn learn it from?
Karen Goad, G-O-A-D.
What is it?
Mother. Her name was Karen Hazel, G-O-A-D.
Yeah, go.
She's not buried near the house there. She's buried in Bowser Cemetery.
Yeah, we went over to her grave when we were there.
She also owned another home in Churchill besides the one she gave to him. That when she passed away, that house was just up for sale. I traced it down. Nice home. What's over there? Has anybody looked over there? I mean, it's just so many things.
Right.
Driving myself crazy is what I'm doing.
Right. It's easy to do in this case.
Okay. So I picked you to go with me.
Oh, there you go. I'll go. Well, thank you so much for calling. That was great information. I'll have to look up those things, and maybe we'll have a conversation about those on this panel in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk on there. We can talk anytime, private or whatever.
Yeah.
I got all kinds more crap, but we'll do that later.
All right, love. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Interesting. So hide and seek, hello neighbor. We need to look into that game. That's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Jackie Blue, I see you. So just bear with me. I'm getting there now. I'll read that. I'll have to go through that. I'll read it. This is Betty. How can I help you?
Hi, Betty. This is Bojangles from Missouri.
Hey, Bojangles. And you're the one that tried to call first. I'm glad you called back and made it back in.
Well, thank you so much. I just wanted to tell you, you're such a godsend. To watch that vigil all the way from Missouri, it was just so beautiful. We did a lantern here, and right down the street, we have a little boy that went missing about 28 years ago that we've never been able to find. And it's just really heartwarming to see you and Dolly and everybody out there. And I just wanted to tell you how much you're loved and how God has put you in this position to do these things. And it's such a blessing. And that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, thank you. That melts my heart. Yeah, I can tell you personally, for me, this has been a very difficult case. It's been one that tugs. I mean, how can you not feel for this child? I mean, how can you not feel for her brothers? How can we've grown to love her, and we've grown to love her because she was just born to the wrong family. They all were. And it's sad that something like this goes on in this country. And we find out it happens every single day. And it's heartbreaking and devastating. There's no other words.
And we've been waiting like 28 years for this little boy to be found or identified or anything. And it's right down the road from me. And, as we were growing our kids up, we didn't let them play out because of this, I mean, it rocks the world. And the parents, it was the same situation as the parents with Don and Candace. Yeah. And to this day, the other siblings have grown up not knowing, and just really bad things. It's just a horrible thing to go through. And so it really makes me relive the whole situation that we went through all those years ago. Yeah. And I pray that Summer is found. And I thank you again so much, Betty. Love you so very much in your channel.
Thank you. Thank you, Love Bug. I appreciate it.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. That's, a lot of the creators, when we were talking, we don't, know how we got sucked in so deeply. And I can tell you the reason why I got sucked in so deeply is because I look at that baby's face and my heart breaks. It truly breaks. This is Betty.
Hey, Betty, it's Guidance. How are you?
Hi, Guidance. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for everything you did. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was, I loved hearing your story. Guys, Guidance has an amazing inspirational story that it's going to be kind of off topic, not true crime, but I talked to her and I'm going to hold her feet to the fire on this, but she is going to come on panel and tell us her story. And I can't wait. Can I still count on you for doing that?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to, because if I can be somebody else's smile and strength, that's why I do what I do every day.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Guidance, when we threw this out there, for this prayer and candlelight vigil, I did not know you. I did not know who you were. And you grabbed the reins and jumped in with both feet. You guys set up a Facebook page. You guys started, advertising the crap out of this candlelight vigil for people, and a whole place where they could just get information and everything else. Like, I'm literally getting goosebumps. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm literally getting goosebumps talking to her, because it was people like her that really, truly made Summer Wells Day such a special day. You guys did, hands down, a phenomenal job, and kudos to you.
Thank you. Summer's definitely in our hearts.
Yeah,
she definitely has. Your last caller gave me a thought, and was wondering if other people did lanterns and they videotaped it, send it in to us, and we can make a compilation of all of our supporters supporting throughout on their own across that couldn't make it.
That is a wonderful idea. So if you guys are listening, guidance suggestion is if you guys had videography of any type for that day for the vigil, and the lanterns and things of that nature, if you guys could send them to either her, me, you guys can send stuff to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I will make sure that they're put in our group chat, so other creators can grab a hold of those and air those so people can see. That is a great idea. Thank you. You always come up with great, clever ideas, I have to say.
And I'm not that creative, but when in my heart's in it,
yeah,
I tend to come up with off the cuff thoughts.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure I wanted to say thank you to everybody for the love and support. And this baby's name will not go cold because we love her so much.
We do. We do.
Sandra, for everything that you've done.
Oh, and thank you as likewise, mutual respect, likewise, absolutely, hands down. So this is Guidance in Life with TLC. She has a channel. Guys, go over there and sub up to her channel. She's very good at what she does. She has her heart in the right place, and really just threw it all out there. I think all of us did. We just threw everything out there, all of our heart, all of our love for this child to make such a beautiful day. And although we did get a little bit of hate while we were doing it, which was despicable in and of itself, like you couldn't give this baby one day of everybody coming together without throwing some kind of drama in it. But for the most part, it was beautiful. Many people across YouTube, just are in awe of what we were able to accomplish by working together. And that's exactly what we did. We united, worked together, and it showed.
Yeah, and all for the same purpose, which is big.
Yep. So what did you think about the lanterns? That was great, wasn't it? Everybody had to work together. It was not by design. It just happened to be what it is. And it was a great messaging in my opinion.
I think it was absolutely beautiful, and I was just in awe. Yeah. Especially watching them go up and watch them. It was, you could feel the spirit of summer and feel the energy of all of us, like they're for the greater good for summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was pretty speechless.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I can't wait to get together. My hair needs to be cut, and
yeah.
I need a haircut. And the great thing is I found a friend, and she doesn't live too far from me. She really doesn't. I guarantee you when I find out, she's probably only maybe 15 minutes away from me, if that.
Yeah.
And it's Summer's Army. We all were brought together for this little baby. She has melted hearts around the world, and she continues to melt hearts to this day.
That's right. Yeah. She's definitely, there was a reason we all met.
Yep.
And this is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
Well, I want to say thank you again, and I hope you have a beautiful day. And I want to say thank you to all the supporters and the people behind rooting us.
Yep.
And I got to get back because my tornadoes are getting loud.
I hear them. You give those twins lots of love from Bullhorn Betty.
Will do. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye-bye. Just fabulous people that I got to work with. I was truly the lucky one. Summer is truly blessed to have all these beautiful hearts really involved. It was beautiful. It's amazing. So, guys, we got a call for maybe 2 more people if you guys would like to call. And then I've got to cut the phone lines and start getting on with my day. I've got I got things going on today. So it's, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. Hair clip channel's ready to pounce. I love it, Karen. Right? So, well, guys, I'm going to wait just for a few minutes to see if anybody else wants to call in. But We had a beautiful day. We just want, you know what? And Jodie Sue, I have to personally be honest with you. I just would prefer that you just tell the truth. I mean, you keep coming up with these fanatical ideas and pushing them in this, and you I wish you would just say you don't know. You don't have to say you know. You know, you don't have to make up things. This animalistic scream that nobody now hears about. You've discredited yourself on the streets of YouTube because you've been caught in so many lies. And I would really prefer if you just stop lying about everything, right? Just stop it already. We're ready to have Nana, where is it? Nana's Southern Crafts. Use a phone. No, I don't really. Oh, that's you're talking to Mallory, but you can call back. And I heard Nana's Southern Crafts has a YouTube channel as well. If you guys would like to go over there, we'll have to start getting a roster of creators that we will, you know, support and put up their links and stuff like that. But Nana's Southern Crafts, please, if you guys haven't gone over to her channel, please go over and check it out. Please go over and check it out. She said she don't know, but with all this changes, we know nothing. Times is up. Yes. Time to give it up. Jodie Sue, we're tired of you. Right? And it's crazy because I didn't know her, but she kept wanting to put my name in her mouth. So I decided to put hers in mine, and hers looks, she's not good. This is Betty.
Hi, Betty.
Hey.
My name is Tina.
What is this?
My name is Tina.
Hi, Tina. Where are you calling from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Well, welcome. Welcome to my home, and thank you for the hospitality in yours.
Well, I just wanted to call and thank you for everything that you've done for summer. That was a beautiful thing.
Did you have an opportunity to watch online, or were you able to come out and see it live, or did you see it from your house?
No, just from my home.
Oh, good, good. And it was beautiful. And a lot of people didn't want people going live, and that upset me because how are the people around the world going to see what happened and how we were celebrating summer on that horrific milestone, you know? So
exactly.
Yep.
I don't take your time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure. You know, we do this. It's a labor of love. Believe me, it's, you know, but it takes all of you to make it successful. Even the ones that were home and got to watch it from home, you know, thank you, because I heard tens of thousands of people were watching the prayer vigils that were going on in Kingsport as well as Hawkins County. And again, it really is, you know, this is the people that are doing this. You know, I'm just a conduit.
Well, I just wanted to thank you, and I don't want to take no more of your time. I know you said you were going to.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. You're great. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a channel supporter. We love you, and God bless.
Thank you, beautiful lady. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So what did you guys think about my Machete Betty? Did you guys like that? All the hate that we get, we decided to lighten it up, and may have to do a new channel, Machete Betty, taking a cut out of crime. This is Betty.
Well, hello, Betty. This is Stephanie Hammond.
Stephanie! Hey, honey. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm wonderful today. Great Sunday.
Say hello to Jimmy, my old man. He's sitting here with me today.
Well, tell your old man we say hey from the Bullhorn Betty channel.
You and Dolly are the only ones to watch with me.
Aw, well, we love that.
I know, but I just want to tell you, don't let those haters get you down.
Yep.
Or make you mad. Each one of you did an excellent prayer vigil. Even my old man Jimmy watched it too, and he thought you guys did great too. And people have opinions or whatever, but I just keep telling everybody, you celebrated her life and you mourned her loss.
Yep. Yes.
And you guys did great. And it does make me really angry to see everybody trying to like make it ugly.
Yeah. But that's been
really,
every since the beginning of this. That's all it's been. It's just been ugliness. And it was supposed to be special for a little missing 6-year-old child. And
right.
they're so busy pointing the fingers at other people that they don't even realize the destruction that they themselves are doing. And it's sad. They're so blinded by the anger and hate that they don't even see the destruction that they're doing themselves.
And we have so much hate and negative in the world. Like, why are we doing it to each other?
Not only that, but doing it to each other. And, people like Summer has had so much taken from her. She has had, her life is not the life that many of us have been able to live, even with my messed up household, which, was pales into comparison of what Summer went through. And, to think that people would still keep trying to take more from this little baby under the guise of, oh, we care. No, you don't. You don't care like that.
Everybody's forgetting, too, that they're not just taking from Summer. There's 3 little boys that are still alive.
Yeah. And, they're going to be struggling the rest of their lives. We don't get to see that struggle. We don't get to hear even that semblance of the conversation that's being aired out, I think, by a Shannon or something like that. She's talking about the youngest one just kind of disconnected and staring. I believe that. I believe that statement to be true.
I know. I did too. And I don't want to believe, like you were saying, you don't want to believe that because it sounds so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the strangest thing that a lot of that lines up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very creepy. I hate to think of that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
But and Dolly the other night, he didn't even upload that last or 2 lives ago. He was did you watch that with him about him being so mad about Baby Gap?
Oh, I did get to watch a good portion. I didn't watch because his lives, go on sometimes 6 hours, and I just don't have the. If I'm up and watching it, I can, but typically, like even today, I got up and listened to his from last night. And hold on here, I can tell you how much I got through an hour and 22 minutes out of 3 hours of it. And, I'm not going to be able to watch the rest because I've got to do some research and stuff like that. Right. So it's, I did see him go off, and, I didn't even know why he was going off because I didn't even see that from Baby Gap until he brought it to the attention of everybody on, that was watching his channel that day. And I had to go back and look, but see, I won't click on Glaire's channel. I won't watch it. I will just look at the title because I refuse to give that man $1 for Bullhorn Betty in advertisement revenue. Absolutely will not do it.
That actually, that you clicking on people's stuff just to watch it is actually giving them momentum of like.
Yeah, you're supporting them. You're giving them the clicks, you're giving them the views, and you're giving them the revenue. And I won't do it.
Exactly. I don't want to do it either.
Yeah.
But I've been watching him for about 3 months now, 4 months, and I have never seen him that mad. He didn't even upload that video. And I was supposed to show my son that video because I actually called Dolly, and my son thinks that he's funny.
Yeah.
And now he calls himself the Oscar Mama.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because what you see with Dolly is what you get. Like, he's that way in person. He cracks you up.
Dolly are who you are in real life as you portray it on YouTube.
Yeah. And he cracks me up. And he's nice. He's nice. He's not, you don't know what you're going to get because you hear all these people say some creepy stuff about everybody on here. So you never really know. But the guy is a nice guy. He's a gentleman.
That's what I was going to say. He seems like a real good gentleman. And he really went to bat for you. Like when people were talking shit, like, I felt so bad. He was so mad. He was like, nobody, I don't know how he said it, but he was like, something, Blowhorn Betty, and he didn't mean to call you that.
Well, it's either a blowhorn or a bullhorn. It depends on who says or where you're from. It's like, soda or pop. It's one of those things, But because people,
funny. He was so mad, but he really cares about you, Betty. I think after you guys going together and him meeting you and seeing you.
Well, I think it's because he himself had his own mind at one point in time where he didn't realize what I was trying to do or accomplish. And I think he had an opinion of me that now differs because he has met me. He has hung out with me. And maybe it was by design why he, like I said, when my car was down, he still took me places to make sure I wasn't cooped up in the hotel room and stuff like that.
Good guy.
Yeah, he was. And we were able to strategize on some things. I can honestly tell you that we were able to work on a lot of stuff, him and I being together and collaborating. So who knows, maybe in the future we'll work on a case together.
Though definitely continue that relationship. I think you guys work very well together as a team.
Yeah. And it wasn't just, there was Guidance in Life and Susanna, Tammy and Peggy. I mean, we were all just a group that went down there and just, all about summer. We worked all together. It wasn't just a Bullhorn Betty Dolly Vision type of thing. I mean, there was a lot of people, about 8 of us.
And I would want to throw this out there too. I don't even want to know how much money each one of you, of your own money, you put in on this.
It was a small fortune. It was a small fortune.
The audacity to sit there and complain about all this and say you guys are like accepting all this money. Dolly got $150 or something like that in Cash App accidentally.
Yeah.
You know what? It cost him more in gas to drive that far.
The hotel rooms, let me just explain this. So the gas was about, for me, it was close to $400. That's what I had budgeted.
You're from Florida.
Yeah, that's what I had budgeted for the gas. That was just the gas alone. The room alone was over $300. I think by the time it was all said and done, it was about $319 or $329, something like that for the room. And actually, because I stayed at, so no, it was actually closer to $400 for the room. That's $800 right there. Never mind the products that we had to purchase there. And Dolly supported, like he sent me $80 toward items. Listen to Voices Behind the Wall sent me $80 for items.
Yep, she and the glow stick.
Yep.
You made you got the girls who made the shirts. Dolly made shirts.
Yeah.
Those aren't cheap to make. I made shirts.
And then I have
before.
mods that sent money, to help pay for some of the hotels and stuff like that. And then of course the car cost me $503. And
I don't
people
care how many cash apps you got or donations, there's not enough that covered it.
No,
and
absolutely. None of us
money.
did. I can guarantee everybody was in the red going out there, but we didn't care because it was anything for Summer Wells.
It wasn't about that.
Yep.
That's what makes me mad. And that's what anytime I'm in like chat, I hear somebody start complaining, I'll be like, wait a minute. First off, they're celebrating their life, mourning their death. And second, we don't even want to know how much money these people put in on this.
Yeah.
We don't even want to know.
Even the other event in Kingsport, they had they rented a pavilion. They had to dress all those tables. That stuff's not cheap. It's not cheap to put on a production like this. It's just not.
No. And it's so wrong that people do not think further into that. Like, if I was to guess, and each one of your visuals, if I was the guest and everybody driving and all your expenses, you guys at least are very close to $20,000.
Yeah. With everything said and done, all the people involved, people that traveled all over the country. And you got to think that was $1,000 for me. Eve, for example, True Crime with Eve, she was out $800 for the shirts that she gave away. She drove here. She had to rent a car here. But because of her back, she actually had to fly back. That was an unintended expense. So you're looking at probably $2,500. Just that one person alone dropped. And I guarantee Dolly's probably right up there with that amount of money that he had to spend.
Right.
So just between, you're talking about $2,500 from her, $2,500 from him, well over $1,000 from me. That right there, just in 3 people alone, is $6,000. That is a used car that somebody could have bought.
We're not talking about any other expenses here either. We're just named off these little ones.
Yeah.
There's still, the balloons, the candles, the tents, your food. I mean, it all adds up, and it wasn't cheap. And I think you guys are wonderful and amazing people to leave your state to go to the state that's creepy. I mean, I'm not saying I love Tennessee, but that,
it's got bad vibes. I mean, let's be honest.
It's got that vibe. There you go. And you guys went there. You stood tall. You stood proud. You stood with love, and you stood with pride, and you stood for Summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all that matters. Like, they can go and take the stuff from the pond. They can smear all these visuals, but they can never take away what you guys did.
Absolutely not.
They can never take away the love you put in.
Absolutely
not. They can't take that away. They can take it all, take everything, take the materials, but that's still left. They can't take that.
Yep. I agree. Thank you so
much. You
much.
guys need to remember that.
Thank you so much, love. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you all. Have a great day.
Bye.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit. I thought you were done. I know she was about to say have a great day. So this is Betty.
Hi, it's Mystic Firefly calling.
Oh, Mystic, it's nice. I know I saw you in there. You're trying to get in. I'm glad you got to call.
I know. I've been trying. Are you still on?
I am.
Okay. Do you know if anybody is mowing the grass or checking the Wells Hill, the property?
I personally don't know. I know that there were ladies up there protecting the property from us YouTubers. Nobody's going on their property. And but they just wanted to act. I don't know.
You have impressed me so much. I'm up in Canada, right?
Oh, are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you for your love and support from Canada.
Yeah, and did Cher send the pink glow sticks up there?
What is it?
Did Cher send the pink glow sticks to you guys?
No, she actually funded them. She sent me money and said she wanted purple glow sticks, and I purchased the glow sticks with the money.
Oh, beautiful. See, us Canadians are also watching.
Yeah.
And trying our best to help out. So thank you, Betty. I just want to call and say thank you.
Oh, you guys are welcome.
I'm
Anything for Summer.
Yeah, I'm not a negative Nancy. I'm a true concerned parent, grandparent, loving to help children too. So thanks, dear. I'll let you go.
Oh, it's nice to hear you, Firefly. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, so sweet. You guys just, this is the love fest. This is what I wish everybody gets to feel on YouTube. If they just got off the hate a little bit, they could feel the love, they could see the love. They're just too busy not looking for it. And it's sad. It's just truly, truly sad. But yes, I can honestly tell you that Summer was well represented in Tennessee on June 15th, 2022. And hopefully we get some answers soon. I hope we don't have to do a vigil. I mean, we can do one every year for her, but I'm hoping if by the next one, somebody is paying the price of what happened to her. And I truly believe that, we're at the year mark. We got to remember the West case. It was 14 months. We're at the year mark. It was 14 months that they finally had the gavel of justice breathing down their neck. And we're hoping that gavel of justice is breathing down somebody else's neck in the near future for justice for Summer Wells. And so we just can't, we have to love on our law enforcement out there. They have a very difficult job. When I'm looking into, and again, my criticism was not about the disappearance of Summer Wells. Many of you guys know that have been watching here about my criticism of law enforcement related to why the Wells are not in jail. That was never, because I knew they had an uphill battle in this case, especially with a body in absentia. But it had nothing to do with that. It's the child welfare crimes against those children that I have a problem with. Those are slam dunk cases, in my opinion. I don't understand what the issue is, why they can't bring that type of case to prosecution. That's what I don't understand. But I digress, because at the end of the day, these law enforcement, I feel their passion and their pain over this case, because out of the majority of the people out there, I've had a lot of contact with these law enforcement officers and agents. This is Betty.
Hey, it's True Crime with Eve.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Another great person right here. This is another great person, folks. She was out there in the heat. She put it all out there on the table. This is True Crime with Eve. If you guys have not had an opportunity to go to her channel, you need to sub up, because we need to support creators that truly come from the heart and that truly create for Summer from the heart, and all victims. She's not just victim advocate for Summer Wells. She's a victim advocate for many more children and many more victims that are adults and otherwise. So it's nice to hear from you. Thank you for all your hard work to make that day so special.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate the shout out, and I appreciate all of your viewers who have come over to say, you know, thank you for what you've done for the vigil. And I wanted to say thank you and Dolly for doing all of your amazing work.
Yeah.
It exceeded, I think, the expectations of creators on YouTube as well as the community, because we gave the community that platform to be heard and to honor Summer. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was definitely a team effort that was executed. It didn't come without its technical issues and things like that, but it went off without a hitch, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, it went the way it was supposed to go, not the way we thought it was supposed to go, but the way it was supposed to go.
Exactly. It was wonderful. And shout out to Guidance at TLC and Susanna for all of their hard work.
All their hard work.
Yeah, they're wonderful human beings.
Yep.
I wanted to say that I'm surprised that we didn't pass smooth out from the heat.
I know.
There was one point I guzzled, I think, 2 bottles of water because it was just that hot.
And me and jeans, like everybody kept saying, what in the world are you thinking?
Right. I couldn't do it. I had to, well, and then I had that black shirt on, which is a gorgeous shirt, but it was thick and hot. But we do the things that we, you know, suffer for these missing children. So.
Yep. I agree.
But I just wanted to say hello and hope that all of the fathers out there have a wonderful Father's Day and justice for Summer and all missing children.
Yep. But thank you for your advocacy, your work, and your passion. It does. It's just amazing. I'm very fortunate to have met you face to face, and your vibe is just amazing. And I can't wait for the next one to work with you on. I think we have our hearts in the right place, and at the end of the day, that's what helps.
Absolutely, and likewise. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day.
Bye, Eve. True Crime with Eve, right there. True Crime with Eve. If you guys, again, have not subbed up to her, she is a beautiful, amazing woman. She has the nonprofit. She's associated with EquiSearch. Just an amazing, just a breath of fresh air. A lot of the people that came out and supported this and came up and talked to us was just, everybody was so amazing and so incredibly nice. And I didn't even give a shout out to Smiley's Story World. She came out as well. She was out there in the blazing heat with us. What a beautiful woman she is, and thankful for her to come out and celebrate this special day with us. So wanted to make sure I gave her a shout out as well. Crypt Keeper was out there with us. Just a lot of great, loving people. And I can't express that enough. No problems whatsoever. Everything that you heard before or after this vigil from these other creators is lies. It's lies. And they didn't even bother showing up to be factual. Like, they could have came out and saw, if we were really having a tailgate party, they could have captured it with their phone and came back and blasted it all over YouTube. But they chose not to even come out to support this child, and still blasting people on YouTube with misinformation and unfounded truths. So, you know, it's just, it's crazy, but we are going to be working to denounce them. And, you know, we let the judgment of public opinion affect their channels. But we've had so many people talk so negatively about what we were doing that it's not us with egg on our face, it's them, because it truly was from the heart. Many people came together to love and honor this child while they were sitting in their comfort of their home, in their AC, with their evil keyboards, just pecking away. And shame on them. Shame on them, especially people that actually lived in that state, that sits there and talks so much mad crap and couldn't even get their lazy butts up to drive 1 hour away to attend a vigil in honor of this child, just one, and come back with factual information. They didn't want to. They chose not to. They chose to dog everybody. And shame on them, because at the end of the day, you see a smile on my face. You hear these beautiful people calling and saying beautiful things. You felt the warmth from law enforcement that were happy to get thank you cards, which they've been getting hate mail, and to realize there's a whole community out there that wants them to keep moving forward and wants to give them that positive reinforcement and wants to, you know, let them know that we stand behind them and we want them to do a great job. That was the boost I feel law enforcement needs to work that much harder. And I hope that they do. You know, while these keyboard warriors, thank you, Karen, are out there dogging, you know, these law enforcement officers are realizing there are good people out there on YouTube that really try to do the right thing and really try to help, not hinder, their investigative process. And with that being said, you know, we just want to thank them again for all their hard work. We back the blue here on Bullhorn Betty. However, that doesn't mean we're not going to be critical. You know, that's our job is to be critical of everything. It makes talking points. It inspires people to think outside the box. And it also makes people realize law enforcement is human. They're human beings. They're human beings. They have human feelings. They have human emotion, and they make mistakes just like everyone else. You know, just like everyone else. But they do work hard. They did injure themselves looking for this baby. They did more for Summer Wells than any of us could ever imagine. And we've got to support them. We have to. We have to support them. We have to give them, we have to have faith in them. And we have to do it blindly, because they are truly the only ones that have the ability to seek justice for Summer Wells. They're the only ones. Bullhorn Betty can't go out there and arrest the people that I think is responsible for this. I can't take this and take it before the judge and prosecute these people. I can't do this. The only people that are able to do this is law enforcement. And we have to give them the love and support, even blindly. Whether we like it or not, they are the only ones that can bring this case home, period. They are the only ones. They are the only ones. Guys, the phones are being turned off. We're not going to be able to take any more calls. I want to thank each and every one of you guys that called in, the ones that are, you know, listening to these, agreeing with what people say. You know, we like the debate. You know, there's a lot that goes on. This is, again, a case. This is the largest case in Hawkins County history. Hawkins County history. You know what that means? There is no book to tell them how to do this because they've never experienced it before. You know, they're having to put their faith in other people for help to help them bring this case home. And I do believe that Summer Wells will get justice. I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. But again, it's not in our time. It's in God's time, and God will bring this home. We will see the day that somebody is held responsible for Summer Wells. And many people out there think she's alive. Many people out there think she's left this earth. Whatever side of the aisle you're on, or somewhere in between all of that, it doesn't matter. We know something horrific has happened to that baby. And we want to fight for her, and we want to keep her name alive, and we want to keep her name out there. We want to keep her photo floating across the internet streets. We want just anything and everything, because you never know. It may just take that one person that wasn't on YouTube yesterday, that's on YouTube today, that remembers something that could help this case. This case may be already wrapped up, and we're being deceived by law enforcement for the benefit and the integrity of this case, where they have more information and they know who's responsible, and they're just building the case to bring it home, making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed so they could take it to the grand jury. We don't know. We don't know. But I have to believe in my heart and in my mind that they are a lot further ahead than we are all led to believe. Wow. Where's Ogden Canyon? Let's find out. Utah. "21 hours ago." So let's just read this. Police are investigating the discovery of a body in Ogden County on Saturday. There were no signs indicating foul play at this time, according to Lieutenant Mike Ruckles. The investigative is ongoing. Details surrounding the discovery were not immediately available. So not a whole lot to say, but the one thing that's interesting is it doesn't say adolescent or minor or something like that. So sad news, but again, might be something a little different. So we keep the faith. We keep the faith. And I believe that she will be found in the near future. We pray that she's found in the near future. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming and supporting this channel and becoming members, and really having a love for Summer Wells. And we're going to keep up the good fight. We are going to start incorporating, I think we're going to start working on incorporating, Michael Vaughn into the mix here. He's coming up on a year. There's a Dylan that everybody else in here is also talking about, Dylan Round, that we need to start looking into and maybe bringing up for discussion. There's a lot of people that could use our help. And we can take Summer's Army and be monitoring Summer's case and talking about Summer's case, but incorporating other people that could really use this beautiful, loving Summer's Army family to help spread awareness to other missing people out there. So we definitely want to do what we can. I also talked to Miss Cher. There's a case that's been in her area, that's been on her mind and her heart, that I'm also going to be looking into and seeing what we can do. So guys, thank you. God bless each and every one of you. Happy Sunday. Go rock it out. Please say a prayer for these missing people. Please say a prayer that Summer and law enforcement, something's done in that case, and that we can really, really try to help these victims and these victims' families. So with that, guys, until tomorrow, I want you guys to always be fearless and keep rocking it out. Today is Sunday. Today is the holy day. So make sure you guys go out, say your prayer, hold your family tighter, tell somebody today that you love them, because I love each and every one of you. I am so blessed to have you guys, you all in my life. Hey, Angela Burrill, nice to see you. And if nobody's told you today that they love you, I definitely love you. So with that being said, you guys take care. God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you guys tomorrow for our coffee club. Bye-bye.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.